Check, check. Check, check.
Mic check. Mic check.
From Community Stadium in Versailles, it's high school football district action as the South Oldham Dragons come calling on the Woodford County Yellow Jackets. Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast from Community Stadium in Versailles. A game tonight that features two teams that have played each other in the past. I'll tell you that here in a little bit. Woodford comes in off a bye week. They were off last week after winning 2 weeks ago here at home against Pulaski County 31-21. Then South Oldham, meanwhile, was knocking off the Bearcats of Anderson County in convincing fashion. South Oldham comes in with a record of 5-1 on the year. Woodford County 3-1 in the games so far this season. Any games going on in this district? There is. There's one other game taking place tonight, and that is over in Georgetown when the Bearcats go over to take on Scott County, number 1 ranked. Scott County and Jim McKee undefeated on the season. Anderson County is winless. Collins is off tonight. They get a week off before hosting the Yellow Jackets next Friday night in Shelbyville. We'll be down there to bring you that one from Shelbyville. Darren Douglas along with Andy Smith, and we have an interesting matchup. This will be the 12th meeting between the Dragons and Jackets. Woodford County holds a 6-5 edge in that one. In case you're wondering, Jackets are 3-2 here in Versailles, 3-3 in Crestwood. That includes a loss back in 2016, the last time these two teams played, by a score of 61-33 in a Jackets season that finished at 3-8. The first time these two teams met, well, it was 1989, the very second year the community stadium was open. The Jackets knocked off the Dragons here that night, 31-14 in that game. The following year, though, the Jackets went to Crestwood and lost in a game that Woodford had multiple opportunities in that game to score. But ended up losing 14-13 on a missed extra point. They played each other the following year in 91. The Jackets that year went 7-6 and had an upset in the first round of the playoffs in Stanford over the Patriots of Lincoln County. In that game, that was Mike Burkich's second year as the head coach for the Jackets. They unveiled the bowling ball. And I say the bowling ball, but he was about 6'2" and about 290 pounds, by the name of Dion Washington. The Jackets won that one 28-7 in that game, but they knocked off South Oldham at homecoming that year 41-14. The following year, they go to Crestwood and blank the Dragons 13-0. But later on in that year, the Jackets met South Oldham in the second round of the 3A playoffs and lost to the Dragons 46-13 here at Community Stadium. That was significant because of a guy by the name of Donnell Gordon. He was in his senior season for South Oldham. He had never rushed for 100 yards in a game against the Jackets till that night in the playoffs when he rushed for some 250 yards and single-handedly handed the Jackets that loss here at Community Stadium in the playoffs. So a little bit of history there. They haven't played much since then, probably 2 or 3 times over the next 25 years. So when the district was reorganized because of West and East Jessamine getting out and Madison Southern getting out, told everybody, Andy, and we were all discussing this when we heard the rumors of the district change because Douglas was moving up to 6A. Grant County was dropping down to 4A. Montgomery County was going 5A, but they were going to go somewhere else. So that left just Scott County in that district. So I was thinking, okay, what's going to happen? Had no clue that South Oldham would be coming east again, down 64. And then I wasn't expecting Anderson County moved back up from 4A to 5A like they've done.
Right.
So that was the 4 teams. And I thought, okay, well, Collins is still staying 5A. They'll keep Woodford and Collins together. It's just a matter of it's going to be 2 teams or 3 teams joining the district. And now we know the 3. So there we go.
Well, South Oldham always brings something interesting to the game, too, Darren. You never know. They're inconsistent. You kind of pointed that out through the history. One of the things that I noticed is just a general inconsistency.
Yeah.
And Woodford County is building consistency over the last 3 years or so. I don't, South Oldham Dragons are they're always a solid football team. They always come out and hit you in the mouth. But if you can get up early on them, the teams in the past have not liked being
Coming from
behind
yeah.
early, and that's something that I remember about the last time they saw the Jackets. So, this is going to be an interesting football game.
It is.
Woodford County seeing all kinds of unexpected changes and injuries and all kinds of things. So we'll see how they handle that tonight against their first district opponent.
This one should be a good one. As I mentioned, South Oldham coming in on this season 5-1. This is the Woodford County Public Schools High School Game of the Week. Woodford County Public Schools, where kids win. Also by UK Sports Medicine. Get treatment just like the Wildcats do there at UK Sports Medicine by Jack Keane Ford, where service isn't just lip service, it's practiced every day. Woodford Family Physicians, comprehensive care for all members of your family. For Sales Brewing Company, proud to say that every ingredient is raised or grown right here in Woodford County. That's just a few of our sponsors we'll give you as we go along. Want to give you a shout out here. And folks, I'm all about helping kids and doing the positive things for kids. How about this? If you got nothing to do towards the end of October, coming up on October the 28th, 8:30 a.m. will be a 5K run. It's called the Good and Young Spirit 5K. And that's sponsored by the St. Leo School and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. By joining this race, you'll be supporting St. Leo School and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. They'll have a 5K run. It will also include a 2K run for 10-year-old kids and under. So you have a 2K run going there as well. You can sign up at Woodford Nutrition, 157 Yellow Jacket Drive. Or more info, you can see J.J. Victorino. And I've got to find his number here. I had it on the phone. He's got too many numbers on the page that was given to me. But that's coming up on Saturday, October 28th. 8:30 a.m. is the race time. You have to be registered, though, by October the 19th.
That's 5K?
5K or a 2K for 10 and under. Or for old folks like Andy and I. Well, Andy runs these mud runs or whatever.
Not lately.
Yeah, but you did it.
I have.
And you can say you did it.
Sure.
And guess what? You'll never hear that word out of my mouth. So, Andy, I tell you what are you expecting here tonight? I mean, we were looking. Both teams, here's my take real quick on this. I think it's going to be one in the trenches. Both teams are big in the trenches. When we get South Oldham's offense, they got maybe the biggest guy. Well, they got the biggest offensive lineman on the field. Gentleman that goes 6'7", 370 pounds.
Big young man.
That's a big guy.
Yeah, I see him down there holding the big S.
Yes.
He's
he looks 370, or he's listed at 370. He doesn't look it.
right.
I mean, you usually think of a kid that's a junior in high school might be a little out of shape looking.
Yeah.
This kid doesn't look that way.
Yeah, he looks like he can move. And looking out there right now at the captains, I'd say the same thing. I think that these guys look like they're ready to play. And the Woodford County have against is they absolutely ball downfield.
Yep, they do throw it. They're more balanced offensively. They have 650 yards rushing to 539 yards passing. So that is a real balanced offense out of this flex bone.
So what I mean that's the kind of thing that Woodford County's got going. They've had some success just on tackling up field and disrupting that. So if I'm watching that film, that's what I'm looking for.
Woodford County has won the toss. They'll take the football to start the game. Typical Dennis Johnson fashion, he wins the toss, especially playing at home. He takes the football to be in the game.
Yep.
The thing is, too, about this, these teams will mirror each other. They both run the flex bone. South Oldham would rather run the ball. They don't throw it very much. They've thrown it 54 times in 6 games.
Oh, and that'll be a challenge for the Woodford County linebackers to stretch things out and get upfield. If they can't do that, then we could see a track meet here tonight. I think that anybody who's watched some film on Woodford County this year knows that if you stay on the ground consistently, you are going to have some success.
So Woodford County has won the toss. They are wearing their black pants with the gray or gun barrel gray jerseys with the white and gold trim. And we apologize, it's locked up on us for some reason with the video. Hopefully we still have some audio going through here. But they have the white lids. South Oldham, all white with the forest green helmet. So the Jackets with the national anthem coming here in just a moment from Community Stadium. Stick with us as we'll give you an audio version of the game. As soon as we get this in just a moment, we'll have the national anthem. Well, we have our audio system working out now, and the video decided it wanted to give us a little
Oh, the Woodford County
curveball.
band doing another excellent job with that national anthem. I know our audio isn't. We don't have a mic over there by the band, but they sounded outstanding.
Yeah, and we actually also just went ahead and muted it because we were dealing with that other thing. But, Andy, this is going to be two teams that are really going to mirror. They both want to run the football. Woodford wants to run the ball first, but they have the capability of passing the football. Now, I'm not saying South Oldham can't pass it. Nick Hamilton, their quarterback, completed 49% of his passes through the year, 27 of 55 on the year. But, we're really looking at a time where Woodford can really make some hay throwing the football, possibly against a much smaller secondary with the taller receivers they have.
Yeah, absolutely, and they've got some real talent downfield as Woodford County at that receiver core. In that receiving core, you get the ball up in the air, and they're going to come down with it.
Yeah, especially Mekhi Smith.
And let's not forget their ability to go wide with the speedster.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Leland Taylor. You got Garrick Lewis.
Yeah.
You have Dorian Tomlin.
I still think like Leland.
White Crow. You got some guys that can run.
Leland Taylor surprises everybody every time he breaks one. We saw that against Warren, against the California team. They didn't think that Woodford County had the speed to walk them downfield, but Leland Taylor really does. And he catches, it seems like every week he catches somebody off guard with his just flat-out ability to blaze down the field.
Well, I'll tell you this, too. I was talking to Mike Montgomery, the South Oldham play-by-play guy. I've known Mike about 25 years, and he said, I haven't seen South Oldham much this year. He said, I know they have some speed, but I don't know if they have the speed that Woodford County has. I know Woodford's always been blessed with a lot of speed, so we'll see how that plays out here tonight. Back deep for Woodford County on the far side, just outside the 10-yard line, that's Leland Taylor. Here on the near side is Garrick Lewis. And kicking off will be Aiden Orther.
How about this tight formation from South Oldham on the kickoff?
Yeah, you don't see that very often. But I tell you what, if they don't close this gap down here on the near side, Mr. Lucas and Mr. Taylor can take it to the house.
Let's see what they do.
Here we go. Orther approaches. Kicks it down the left side. This is Taylor from the 14. Angles it off the right side. He has a crease. Cuts it out to the right side. and he gets tripped up at about the 34-yard line, falls forward about the 37-yard line. A return of 23. Anthony Dixon made the tackle for the Dragons.
And that's the first time we've seen a kick return in a while, Darren, that didn't go off the ground or somebody that didn't want to kick to him.
Right.
Taylor never really got a full head of steam going there. They're lucky they caught him by the shoelace.
Offensively for Woodford County right now, we'll expect from left to right on the offensive line. Rab Alba at left tackle, 6'4", 290, a senior. Jimmy Cowing, left guard, 5'7", 240, and a junior. The center is Xavier Hill, 5'11", 225, and a senior. Samuel Garrison back in the lineup tonight, 5'11", 240, and a junior. And J-Ro Mendoza, the right tackle, 6'3", 260, and a junior. Justice Wertzler in at quarterback, a little change up, a bad snap. Wertzler picks it up. He'll go left. He has a crease 40, 45, and knocked out of bounds. Maybe shy of a first down at the
It looks like he stepped
Woodford County 46.
He stepped out just a yard short. Wertzler with the heads-up play, picking up the football and going where there was space.
Gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for Woodford County on the opening drive of the ball game.
Well, Wertzler did an excellent job finding the space on the bobbled snap there. Heads-up play. Good job.
Wertzler from the pistol formation. Dumas, the running back behind him. Another low snap. Wertzler picks it up, and he gives it off to Dumas, and Dumas is going to be swallowed at the 42.
Well, everything that was positive about his response, on that first down was not so great on this next one.
Well, again, it's been the regular center. Xavier Hill's been at center pretty much the whole year. All of a sudden, in the first 2 snaps, not good.
Yeah, they're kind of dribbling back there, and I kind of don't blame Wertzler for giving the ball up on that one. Man.
Loss of 5, so it's 3rd and 6, Woodford County on the opening drive of the ball game. Wertzler, good snap this time, steps back, throws in the crease to Crow, who gets it. First down to the South Oldham 45.
I'll tell you what, man, that was a wonderful pitch and catch. He drilled his man over the middle of the field, and that's what we were talking about. Catching the linebacker, biting on that run, thinking that Woodford County might try to run for it, creating a gap in the backfield, and a big gain.
Gain of 14, and 1st and 10 Jackets at the South Oldham 45. Just underway here in Versailles. Glad you're with us this evening. Dumas moves in motion. They give it off to Taylor, running the sweep to the near side. Has a crease, 40, 35, cuts it back into the middle of the field. Breaks the tackle to the 28, cuts it out wide, and he'll go in for the score standing up, and what a great cut. The second one, the first one was nice. The second one was even more so.
Well, and when he did make that second cut, he just caused everybody to turn their heads. And once again, Darren, a team is caught on their heels against Leland Taylor, and his toughness showed a little bit. He had to run through a couple of arm tackles, and you're just not going to bring that young man down that way.
45 yards. The Jackets 1 minute, 39 seconds in, lead 6-0, and Logan Ford, who's on for the extra point. Ford on the year 17 of 19. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick is good.
Oh, that's exactly what Coach Johnson wants to happen, is to score quickly, score early. That's why he takes the football. And especially given what we said earlier, we'll see if the character of the South Oldham team holds up or not. But when they get down early, history says they stay down.
Very interesting. I didn't get a chance to read the skilled players' positions. We had a couple: Leland Taylor, Wyatt Crow, Justice Wertzler. I'll give you the rest of them a little bit later. Carroll Floor Covering is one of our fine sponsors. Always been great to have Steve Carroll on board. Carroll Floor Covering, all your flooring needs under one roof. Mr. Appliance, expert appliance repair from a friendly company. And by J&B Marathon Cafe, great food that you just have to go out in the community and talk about.
It's great stuff down there.
1 minute, 39 seconds, 4 plays, and a grand total of 63 yards.
Wow. Well, that was doing everything they wanted to do. They ran the ball. Aside from 2 bad snaps, they ran the ball well. They threw the ball well. I mean, and then that short side sweep that we often see took it in for a score.
It's a jet sweep out of motion. Ford to kick off. He'll kick this one on the line. It'll come down here on the over-the-shoulder catch by Dixon. Bounces up at the 22. Has a crease, cuts it out, gets it back up over the 40-yard line. I mean, looks like South Oldham's going to set shop up at about the 41. They may mark him right at the 40. I don't know. Let's see.
Well, Darren, you said that South Oldham likes to run the same offense, so we're going to see how the defense here, Woodford County, plays against their own offense. It'll be interesting to see how well they can stretch it out and how well they can stuff that early run.
The quarterback is Nick Hamilton, number 12 in white, 5'11", 172-pound senior. They get to the more conventional look, the tight end to the near side. They give it off to the – nope, they run the option. Hamilton cuts it up, gets up over the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Boy, 78, 275, 290
That's
pounds.
Matthew Wells, 6'7", 370.
370.
370.
Well, he just
He's a
brought all
junior,
of that
too.
370 down on top of a linebacker.
That was Graham Hodge.
My gracious.
Give him a gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5 for the Dragons on their opening drive of the ball game. Woodford County took the opening kickoff, 4 plays, 67 yards for a touchdown.
Woodford taking some last-minute shifts.
In motion is Hickerson. They give it off to the fullback. That's Hatcher. He's on his feet. He's going to be near a first down. They're going to give him the Woodford County 48.
Yeah, that could have been read all the way, but it wouldn't have mattered. That young man got behind his pads and really drove into the Woodford County linebackers.
Now, neither fullback for South Oldham that give a lot of playing time. I'm sorry, that was Greenwell. Cole Greenwell's the guy that got the carry there. He goes 5'8", 170, and a sophomore. His replacement, Nick Hatcher, goes 5'8", 170, and is junior. So neither back is what you would call – fullback is your typical fullback. Nickerson in motion. They give it off to Greenwell.
Well, this time Woodford County
And they got him
right into – sorry.
That's all right. They got him tied up. That'll be coming up off the bottom of the pile. That was Caudill, I believe, for Woodford County. Cheney, Aaron Cheney, number 53.
Well, that time Woodford County blitzed right into it. The run before that, they stunted out of it, away from the ball, the direction of the play. This time they blitzed right into the gap. Good play by the linebacker there.
Shotgun formation. This time Hamilton. They're going to bring the option pitch the other way. Pitch back to Acevedo. Upended on a nice submarine tackle by – who is that on the far side? That is Justice Wertzler.
Yeah, I think Wertzler got that one. That was a heck of a play all the way around there. Bringing up another third down. I expect to see another straight-ahead drive and get behind their big man again. They've done that a couple of times. Interestingly enough, Darren, is that his helmet does not stick up over everybody else's helmet there. There's some big boys on that South Oldham offensive line.
3rd and 2 from the Woodford County 40. They give it off on the counter play to Greenwell. He breaks a tackle, and Wertzler got him by the ankle and knocks him down at the 25. There wasn't anything fancy about that. That's just called big boy ball.
Yeah, that was just
man-on-man applied.
Straight ahead, and I don't think he's used to running in that kind of open field because he wasn't real sure what to do, and somebody got a hand on him, and he fell down. But, my goodness, that was close to 6.
Yeah, that was Wertzler. Gain of 13. It'll be 1st and 10 South Oldham from the Woodford County 25. 7.5 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Woodford County. Hamilton fakes it, keeps it, runs right. Big hole, and he's going to walk down inside the 10, cut it, breaks a tackle, goes in, does he?
Yep.
Nope, they're going to mark him out at the 1.
Well, I thought he got it across, hit the pylon, but I guess he stepped out early.
Well, I'll tell you, Woodford ought to see this offense because guess what?
Yeah, that's their
It's
bread
the
and
exact
butter.
same goal.
Yeah, it's a bread and butter right there. The only thing South Oldham didn't do was pass.
Now, this is Woodford. Woodford's seeing the same thing from the Dragons that they run. It's actually from the 6-inch line. So it's 1st and goal, and Hamilton will take it in. No mark yet.
There's no touchdown mark yet. They're saying Woodford County players are saying it did not get across the line, and it looks like the line judge is saying the same thing.
Got no push up front.
They really didn't. That was a surprise. Now the quarterback thinks he got into the end zone, but it looks like they're going to give it to him again right back where they started.
Maybe a couple inches closer to the goal line.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if I'm I'm South Oldham coaches. I'm pretty frustrated with that
Yeah.
call.
Well, I couldn't tell if he got in, but they conferred as a crew. And here's what I like about this crew. This crew has the umpire right behind the defensive line, so he's got the best view of anything.
I expect to see more of the same.
Hamilton takes it. And now he gets in. There's the Bush push. I wish they'd take that rule out of the college and high school games. I really do. Because before that, back in the late 90s, before that happened, that was illegal to do that.
Right, to aid the runner.
Yep. It's called abetting. 7-6, 6:53 to play in the – they're going to go for 2 here.
Yep, and they've got it there. Oh.
And Starks was right there. Or was that Davion Sturgis?
I'll tell you what, man. That was
an unusual –
It was a heck of a tackle by the defensive player. They're trying to induce confusion with that set.
Yep.
And they did. But and if they
Woodford's
had,
too quick up there to do that.
yeah, if he had stepped back to throw the ball, he might have put it in the end zone. But that was a heck of a play there.
No, I mean,
Sturgis is all over the place. We're going to call his name all night, I would imagine. He did a great job making that tackle. But he's just too fast, and he read that all the way through. So, I mean, instead of 7-7, 7-6. And Woodford County, going in at that 1-point lead, they're probably going to be happy with that.
Yeah, that's an interesting call this early in the ballgame, don't you think?
Well, I think that may tell us something about what Oldham County's got in the kicker.
South Oldham. Yeah, well, they've got he's actually only missed 1, I believe, this year.
Okay.
But, I mean, you're in a district game, and I know that they're thinking this is a big game here for them tonight. But, I mean, really,
yeah, make a call.
You have to think going, why?
I agree with you. It's
now you're going to be chasing it the rest of the game.
It's very early, and now you're going to be chasing it for at least a quarter. They're going to kick it again.
Arthur to kick off. He'll lob this one down to the far side again. This is Zion Brown, who can flat run himself. He gets it around the corner, then runs into his own man, but gets up to the 30. Now we have a fight on the far side.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I'll tell you what, I don't know.
Conversation. We'll see if we have offsetting or not.
We may have personal foul offsetting, but I think number 9. Well, he's going to make them shake hands.
That's not a bad move by the.
Well, I agree, but I did see number 9 for South Oldham. That's Davis Larson throw a punch.
If that happened, then I think we might see offsetting here.
Yeah. They do nothing.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're offsetting and nothing happens.
Yeah, but oh my goodness, the personal foul on both. But I would have sworn I saw Larson throw a punch.
Well, if that's the case, then it should have been. And a player should have been ejected, but it looks like they're going to let him play on.
And I understand, early in the game, but if you allow it once, he thinks he might be able to get by with it again. This is Dumas. Or is that Preston? Dumas. More trust Steve Tressler, who's doing the PA tonight. He said Dumas.
Dumas.
So I'll take it that Steve knows what he's talking about. He got 6.
That was a big pickup.
So it's 2nd and 4. Wertzler back to throw. Looks out in the flat. He has Heelig, and Heelig will get the first down up over the 40. Boy, if Wertzler looks deep, he's got Leland Taylor running scot-free about 20 yards behind the secondary.
That almost looked like a pre-called pass. He was scoping Heelig all the way down, but we haven't called Heelig's name too many times this year, Darren.
I think it's his second catch of the season.
Yeah, he did a great job on that.
Woodford County with another first down. 5:53 to play in the first. Jackets lead 7-6 on a missed 2-point conversion attempt for South Oldham here in the first quarter. They bring Taylor in motion. Wertzler keeps it, cuts it up, gets up to midfield, breaks into the South Oldham territory to the 45.
That young man's running like he's a fullback. My goodness, people were just kind of flying around there, and they couldn't bring him down.
Gain of 15 for Woodford County. Another first down at the South Oldham 46.
Richard's got a little hitch in his step now as he comes over to get the play. But that's the kind of thing where you have a two-way player like Wertzler makes a coach kind of swallow hard when they see him coming over like that.
Now he looks just fine. Jim Brown. Show you my age. Jim Brown, for those folks, Hall of Famer, just passed away here this month of September. Used to get up after every play with the Browns and limped like crazy and would break off a 40-yard run. Wertzler back to throw, looking down the field for Taylor, or is that Crow?
Wow.
Just over. Nope, he was looking for Taylor.
Wow. That was a nice pass. He put a little too much air under it. You don't normally say that in a high school game. He didn't underthrow him, and that's what kept it from being an interception.
That time they had double coverage with Dixon on the far side. And let's see here. That is Jules Davila is the safety. He was back there as well. That time, Wertzler had Healy on the far side open.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Give it off to Dumas. He gets down to the 41. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I love the way that he double strips that thing. He puts both arms over it and gets those knees churning and gets his nose upfield in a hurry. Dumas is a really hard-nosed running back, and he's turning into a really go-to straight-ahead guy.
Yeah. Dumas goes they say 6'3", 240 pounds.
Okay.
That's a pretty solid 240 pounds.
No, if he's 6'3", I guess he's wearing his cleats when they measure.
Wertzler throws a howitzer behind Joyner. All he had to do was just.
Now, this is exactly what Woodford County doesn't want, is to have to go over to a 4th down and kind of open up the defense for South Oldham. Oldham can throw everything they have at them now, or they can just kind of play conservatively with about 5 to 6 yards to get for the 1st down.
Wertzler had Joyner, but he tried to put too much mustard on it and threw it behind him. That's that baseball mentality that Justice has. He plays second base, and going behind the second base bag, you got to put a little oomph on it. They fake it. Wertzler not going to get there. He's going to be stopped at the 40-yard line.
That was read all the way. He was spied. The linebacker did not bail on that. Number 56 there did a great job of coming up and making the tackle. 56 Sam Dawson, an outstanding job getting upfield on that one.
Well, you know the play that we have not seen from Woodford, they run that jet sweep with Leland Taylor. They pitch it back to either the wide out or the other side wing back coming the opposite direction. South Oldham was selling out to come this direction to quit everything this side. They had a whole bunch of space on the other side.
I think we're going to see more of the same from South Oldham. I don't imagine to see them throw the football again.
Double wing back to this side. They pitch option to Acevedo. It was behind him a little bit. He gets stood up and dropped.
Now, that time, Woodford County did a great job coming up to meet the back. The assigned defensive end on the quarterback didn't bail on his assignment and kept with the quarterback. So the hardest things to do against any kind of an option for high school players, college players, is to stay disciplined with all of those options that a quarterback has and stay on your assigned person.
Yep, that was Acevedo.
Don't try to overplay it.
Yep, that was Acevedo on the carry. Acevedo's 5'9" and a senior. Wing backs, receiver to the far side. They give it off to Greenwell. He bounces, and Woodford will ride him down at about the 45-yard line, or even the 46.
Boy, that young man really does. Again, he just gets behind those little bowling ball out there, and it doesn't take much for him to pound out a few yards. Well, they may be in their first passing situation, or they might be looking at that little reverse that they ran earlier, counter play.
Gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 4 from their own 46. 3:01 to play in the clock, and what has been a fast-moving first quarter. Offset eye in the backfield. Hamilton gives it off to Greenwell. He's going to be stood up at the 47 and nothing doing after that.
Well,
Davion Sturgis.
Given their unpredictability down there on the goal line, what is South Oldham? Looks like they're switching out some personnel.
I think they're going to punt. No gain. It'll be 4th down.
Tell you, man, Darren, I know this is crazy, but given the way that they treated that given the way that they treated that extra point, this is fake territory.
They actually got one, so it's 4th and 3, and Woodford's going to take a timeout. I tell you what, the head coach, Jonathan Sams of South Oldham, has proven to me here in the first 9 minutes and 40 seconds of this one, he's somewhat of a riverboat gambler.
A little bit. So I mean, they're in that area of
can we say how mummy?
Potential fake.
Yeah, but right now you went for 2, you didn't get it early in the game. You got the ball at your own 47. Yes, you may get the first down on this play, but if you don't get it, you give the ball probably in your territory.
You're giving Woodford County way too much time. At 2:20 left in the first quarter, Woodford would love to go up another touchdown before the end of the first quarter.
And no wind to speak of. And Leland Taylor's back in coverage, but they're back with the offense again. I'm telling you, if you don't get it, the crowd is not going to be
Taylor
happy.
Needs to come up.
I think so, too.
Yep, there they go.
Now they go to punt formation. They don't have enough men on the line of scrimmage, do they? Here's a punt. He runs it. And it'll hit, and it'll go. Keep going. Ball. It's not. It's going to stop at the 1. How about inside the 1?
Well, that was one heck of a punt. I mean, that's best case.
I believe that was Acevedo who kicked it.
That is best case. Interesting that they ran the punter over on that. As you watch this at home, if you run that back a little bit, I don't understand exactly why the defensive player for Woodford County didn't just grab the punter while he still had the football. Yeah, he still had the ball in his hands. You just grab him.
Well, it could be the fact that you are afraid of roughing the kicker. But once he starts running, he's taking himself out of that. Am I right? But high school rules, I don't know.
If he's got the football in his hands,
he's made himself into a runner.
He's a runner.
But high school rules might be different than college rules. Woodford in that tight formation. Wertzler gives it off to Dumas. He got maybe a yard out to the – I'm going to mark him at the 1.
Yeah, they're going to mark him out. But South Oldham really wanted a safety. They're just trying to get a little space there.
Now they marked him at the 1. 2nd and 9. I'm going to say 2nd and 10, so I'll just go with it as well. 1:35 to play. If Woodford runs that off the inside hip of either guard, there's plenty of a big gap. Wertzler back to throw. Throws, caught. Nope, incomplete. Threw it behind Taylor again.
My goodness, he's a little off.
Well, he's throwing a howitzer.
Yeah, he really is throwing.
Putting a little mustard on it. Nolan Ryan fastball there. Threw it behind Taylor. If he hits Taylor, he's got at least to the 10, and that'll give him a 3rd and about 1. Now it's 3rd and 10 from inside their 1. 1:25 to play in the first quarter. 7-6 Woodford County.
Now, generally, they don't like to run that sweep toward the long side of the field, but both.
If you can block it and shore up the edge, Wertzler back to throw. Throws out here in the flat. This is Crow. He's got the first down out to about the 13. Great running by Wyatt Crow.
Wyatt Crow playing a little fullback, doing a little imitation of a fullback out there, having to run through several tackles. I'll tell you, man, that defensive coordinator over there at South Oldham and the linebacker coach and the DB coach is going to be up in those guys'
my
grills.
Goodness gracious.
My goodness, they had him dead to rights, and he just ran right through them.
Now, that throw was dangerous, folks, because it was a screen into the end zone. Yeah. Crow caught that about 2 or 3 yards deep in the end zone, broke a tackle at the 5, broke another one at the 9 to get the first down. 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets from their own 13. Wertzler gives off to Dumas, running left, gets up over the 15 to about the 18.
Now, Woodford County really loves to do just exactly that on first down. If they can get 4 or 5 yards and then loosen things up, that time they got more like, okay, you're going to give them 5 on that.
Yeah, they're going to give him the 17. Or is that the 18? They're giving him the 18. 2nd and 5. Pistol formation, under 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Dumas. Nope, Wertzler keeps it. Gets up over the 15 to back to the line of scrimmage.
That
Should be
time-
third down.
There was a little bobble there. Wurtzler just kind of bumped the ball right into Dumas's belly, and Dumas wasn't real sure on what to do with that.
Now, it looked like maybe it's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah. They bumped, and he kind of lost the handle on the football.
Entertaining first quarter. This is the the Woodford Public Schools high school game of the week. 1 quarter in the books. It's Woodford County leading 7-6 over South Oldham. Woodford County Public Schools continues to invest in their students by giving them the tools to have a lifetime of success through Portrait of a Learner, which is a set of 5 competencies to help them reach that success. The competencies are resilient learner, empathetic communicator, now here we go again, reflective collaborator, can you say that for some reason, responsible contributor, and creative problem solver. Help me out there, Andy.
Your tongue is not collaborating with
It is
the
not
rest of your
collaborating
mouth.
at all. And I can say it now. I'm like Charles Barkley's golf swing.
Yeah.
WCPS believes strongly in the importance and significance that the Portrait of a Learner will play in the education of its students, and it's eager to embrace and implement this program as Woodford County Public Schools continues to be a place where kids win.
And as you are announcing that, Woodford County is recognizing their Students of the Week down there with Athletic Director Blair Hicks.
And we've got a couple of games coming. We do want to tell everybody, remember, we'll be in Shelbyville next Friday night. Woodford County and Collins.
There you go.
Collins on an off week this week. 3rd, and they're saying 6. Wurtzler puts Dumas to the right. Now Taylor in motion. They fake it. Wurtzler looking, rolling left.
He's got it.
Throws it out here. Caught
Wow.
by Hellig up at the South Oldham 45-yard line. Nope, the Woodford County, they're going to move to the 43.
Boy, that young man has come alive tonight. That's 2 catches in one game, and that's 3 catches on the season. So that was a heck of a play for him to come back to that football like that.
Came back, got not one, but both feet in bounds. He was a good 3 or 4 yards inside the out-of-bounds marker. But guess what? He was aware that he was closer to the sidelines.
He did a great job. That's called helping out your quarterback.
It
right
is. 1st and 10 Jackets from their own 43 after a gain of, 12?
Oh,
Dumas running right. He's not good at an angle like that. He gets no gain.
Now they just South Oldham defense stunted right into that play. It was like their defensive coordinator had that play called. So Woodford County not able to get things going there.
Yep. They gave him no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Well, actually, looks like they gave him a yard. They did to the 44. So it's 2nd and 9.
Line judge is generous with personal fouls and with spots tonight.
Yes. Wurtzler back to throw. Steps up, has room, throws. Caught by Hellig again.
Wow.
No, that's not Hellig.
That's 14. Yeah, is that
That's Joyner,
Omari
Omari Jointer. And guess whose name we haven't called so far tonight? And I seen he's down here in street clothes. Mackay Smith,
no? Maybe that's why you
not dressed out.
I'll tell you what, man. Coaches always talk about opportunities. Take those opportunities when they're handed to you, and that's exactly what Haylig is doing tonight. And Omari Jointer there taking his opportunity. So when somebody goes down, you better be ready to step up, and that's exactly
Next
what
man
these
up.
county receivers are doing.
Next man up. Looked like a gain of 22. Taylor with a nice cut. Back inside. Has another Woodford County first down inside the South Oldham 25 to about the 22. And what a great block on the pull from left guard Jimmy Cowing.
Wow, that was a great block, and I don't think that he thought he was going to get out there. And when that opened up, it was almost like he was like Leland Taylor was like, oh, whoa, there's a hole there.
Yeah. And by the way, Leighton Starks with a nice downfield block on the corner as well to get him the first down. It's 1st and 10 Jackets from the South Oldham 22. Jackets reeled off another 13. Ash is now the running back. They move him from behind Wurtzler. Throws out here to Krob. Nice catch on the fingertips inside the 15. he'll be close to another Woodford County first down.
Crow did another great job of going to get the football. These receivers are really coming alive tonight, Darren. They're showing their stuff.
Let's see where they're going to mark him. They're going to mark him at the 14, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. I have to sit down here. Keep pulling this chair back into me, and here in a minute I'm going to go backwards. 2nd down and 1. They pitch it back. Taylor, that's Crow, cuts it up, down to the 1.
Oh, wow, he's going to be right on that 1 yard line.
Boy.
I'll tell you, Darren, there's something I didn't like there from the defense. It almost looked like somebody took a swing at his head.
Yeah.
He came around the corner there.
1st and goal. Woodford County. At the 1. 8:40 to play in the first half. Woodford County 7, South Oldham 6. Dragons looking to stop Woodford County here and hopefully hold them to a field goal. But the big units back there, Cobble. And
Woodford County just takes it right in over the top of that big defensive line.
Well, not only did they have a big offensive, they had Cobble who goes 240.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw him call.
But they also had DeJean, DeJean Dumas, 6'5", 305. He was the lead blocker. And big brother right in behind him. That looked like a face mask.
It did. It's hard to tell from there.
And it's no good. Why did Woodford go for 2?
I don't know.
So both coaches
and now it's
rolling the dice a little bit.
And now it's evened up.
Yeah, now it's
you gave that
you're an extra point away from tying. I don't get that. Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, I know Dennis is one of these that takes it personal when a coach goes for 2 on you early in the ball game and doesn't get it or gets it either way. But go ahead and kick the extra point. Your defense showed that it can stop a 2-point conversion.
Right.
And South Oldham used it. So, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I'd love to be able to have headsets where I could hear Dennis's explanation for that, but I just don't get it.
They're up by a touchdown, so we'll see how they do. I would imagine he's going to kick it on the ground here. What do you think?
I would say so. When it comes to sports injuries, being seen quickly is vital to getting back in the game. UK Healthcare's orthopedic surgery and sports medicine program offers walk-in access to sports medicine specialists at their Turfland location on Harrodsburg Road. Walk-in clinic is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. with no appointment necessary. If you have questions or wish to schedule a sports medicine appointment, call 859-218-3131. UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, the official healthcare provider for UK Athletics. So Ford will kick off. And he pooches it here to the near side. There's a big gap here. It hits at the 30. And did Woodford get it? No, they did not.
Boy, Dennis really wanted that one, didn't he? It looked like he was going to jump on the football there for a minute.
And that is who? Is that Garrick Lucas? That's Garrick Lucas. And I think he may have gotten the wind knocked out of him as he went for it. Looked like he fell on the football funny.
Yeah, he may have. That doesn't ever feel good.
Nope. He's looking for his head coach to help him up. Dennis is looking at him like,
take a breath, son.
Get your breath back. I think you'll be okay. But, man, you should have covered that. I can tell by the body language Dennis is saying. But he's concerned for Lucas. But I think Lucas fell on the football. So we'll keep an eye on that down here on the near side. But Woodford had a chance to get it. He's pointing at his knee. May have hit on that knee funny, too. Counter play to Greenwell. Breaks the tackle. Gets up over the 30 to the 32. That's a gain of 9.
Greenwell almost looking nimble on that after running behind his pads so well.
They list him at 170. He looks bigger than 170.
Yeah, he must be all of about 5'2" if he's 170.
Thank you. They list him at 5'8". He got 9, 2nd and 1. 8 minutes to play in the first half. If you're Woodford County's defense, you got to come up with a stop here and go down and score again. Go up 2 scores. Even though South Oldham has the ball to start the second half, it gives you 2 score.
Right. South Oldham, though, is doing a great job running the football against
They are. Hamilton Gives to Greenwell. Nope, he keeps it himself. And he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a little bit.
Now, had he given it to Greenwell, he probably would have picked up a yard or two. But I kind of think he may have wanted to. He almost looked surprised that he had the football.
Kind of one of those whoa looks, you know,
Yeah.
backed him, said, I'm not supposed to have that thing.
Either that or he was trying to pull out and come down the line.
Yep.
I
Third
didn't
and
see if he had a pitch man there.
he lost maybe 6 inches, so it's 3rd and 1. 7:15 the clock on the move here in the first half. Woodford County leads 13-6. Hamilton, as they go in tight. Now they're going to move the tight end from left to right. Double wing backs, one wide out to the far side. They give it off to Greenwell on the counter. May have gotten it with the extra effort.
Yeah, I think he may have.
May have gotten it on that spin at the last minute. Dumas had him, and he got the first down to the 34. He needed a yard and a half, and they give him 3. First and 10, Dragons. Oh, by the way, that drive, second scoring touchdown drive for Woodford County, 99 yards.
Wow. Yeah. And we could probably put an extra 6 inches on that.
Yep. Hamilton with trips to the left. They throw
First
on the
pass.
screen pass to Acevedo. He breaks the tackle, gets 8. Sturgis on the tackle.
I believe that's the first time they've thrown the football.
It is. And that was just a lateral. So it goes down as a run for Acevedo. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for South Oldham.
Now the cornerback's getting some instruction on push out and don't be afraid to jump that route. He's got to get his man over here.
Grips here to the near side, wing back to this way. They fake it this time. Hamilton gets the first down at the South Oldham 45.
Now that time they induced a little bit of defensive confusion, not too much, not enough to really break one by bringing everybody out wide and sort of emptying things out for Woodford County.
Yeah. South Oldham comes in averaging just over 275 yards rushing per game.
Yeah.
Now, not taking anything away from Coach Sams and his scheduling, but his schedule has not been near what Woodford County's has been in the early going.
That's something that Woodford County the coach has really worked on, and he got an uncovered outside unless he's they're playing the run.
Hamilton cuts it back. It's the first down inside Woodford County territory at about the 42-yard line. You know, if I'm Woodford County, Dennis, Hamilton comes in as the leading ball carrier on the year for South Oldham. I've got a guy that can match him athletic ability. Now, I don't know how fast Hamilton's 40 is, but number 4 in gray, I would spy with him and have him nobody but Hamilton.
Well, that's an interesting call, Darren, and I'm wondering if when you spread out like that, it might just not be possible when they run that nowadays.
Maybe not. They fake it. Bootleg coming here to the near side. Hamilton throwing down on the post pattern. Caught by Farr. And it's 1st and goal, South Oldham from the Woodford County 8.
Wyatt Peters made a heck of an effort, and he's down, grabbed his knee immediately. But he made a heck of an effort to both try to make a play on the football and grab the ankle. And he may have
saved a touchdown there, but I tell you what, that ball was not thrown very well. It was underthrown.
It was.
Farr came back and got it.
Okay, yeah. And, he did a great job defensively, and unfortunately, the young man is down.
Now, Farr is their tallest receiver. He is also their leading receiver. They have 4 touchdown passes on the year.
Now, that's 2 throws tonight out of South Oldham. Both of them were receptions, and
they'd much rather run the ball.
They would definitely, yeah. No, the thing that they do have is they have that ability to see it coming, to try and stretch it out. The kid can obviously throw the football downfield, and they want to loosen up.
Well, 2 plus the 2 passes they've had have been safe. Well, not safe passes, but the first one was a safe pass. It was a little belly screen or whatever you want to call it to the outside, where the only guy that's going to really catch it is the back or the wide out. The next guy, this pass here, they kept him away from pressure by rolling him away out of the pocket, knowing that Woodford likes to bring pressure.
Yeah.
First and goal for South Oldham from the Woodford County 8. I formation this time. They give it on a lead, maybe to the 6.
Again, that's what says it's going to be. The film says it's going to be successful against Woodford County is one of those lead dives, and that time Woodford County did a great job of stuffing it.
That was Acevedo, the tailback, on the carry. It'll be second down and goal. Now, South Oldham's doing two things here. They're threatening to score, but they are chewing up the clock, and they get the ball to start the second half. If they can tie it here on this drive or even take the lead with a 2-point conversion, guess what?
Yeah.
Right tackle trying to find out. Well, he's actually acting as a wingback.
They're going to try to run
They
behind
pitch
him.
it back to Acevedo. He cuts it up, and he gets to maybe the 5. It's going to be third down.
That was another defensive play. Woodford County just came up and played that all the way through, able to get to the point of attack, beat South Oldham's offensive blockers to the point of attack, and make a tackle.
Looked like that was Brolowski in on the tackle. Nope, that was Graham Hodge, the Mike linebacker for Woodford County.
He did a great job coming through there. That's a lot of traffic you've got to traverse.
It's called scraping. He got to get a good job of finding the ball and then scraping right behind the block and made a tackle. Third and goal from the 5.
They're probably going to see, I'll try to throw the ball.
And we get what? Timeout Woodford
Timeout.
County?
Nope. South.
Yeah. Timeout Woodford. They're down to 1 timeout.
Well, down here, Darren, I don't want to make a prediction, but down here, if a team has tried to pass on Woodford County, I'm thinking Warren. That cost them two passes down inside the 15-yard line, cost Warren that football game. Because Woodford County picked it off and came one all the way back, and then the other one brought it back into about the 25-yard line. And
which turned out to be the winning score, which we thought was going to be a more comfortable win for the Jackets
right. And
3 weeks ago.
So South Oldham really needs to rethink this or think about this because Woodford is shown to be one heck of a defensive their DBs do a great job when their backs are against the wall.
Woodford also is not afraid to dial up pressure with their backs against their own goal line.
Absolutely.
Third and goal from the Woodford County 5 with 2:53 to play in the first half. South Oldham threatening. Woodford County's only had the ball twice. No, they had 3 times, didn't they? Scored once. They give it. Nope. Hamilton has it. Hodge has him and drops him.
Boy,
he got away from Hodge, but
not from Darian Tomlin.
Nope. Tomlin came in along with.
I think that was just Darian Tomlin and Hodge who finished that off.
Hodge had him at the start. Tomlin came to finish him off.
So we know that they didn't kick it before. And
it's 4th and goal.
4th down and goal with 2 minutes. They're as good as a punt field position-wise. So
well, they've not attempted a field goal this season, but if you're Coach Saint, he's going for it again.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So you're
I would take the points. Get you a field goal. You get the ball to start the second half.
If you can get.
If you don't score here, you're still down.
You got to have a kicker that can do it, though. In high school, we know that's not always a given. Now, number 3.
True. He's out wide left.
Jacob Acevedo.
And now I think it's going to be timeout South Oldham.
Yeah.
It is. Jack Keane Ford. There are many things that set Jack Keane Ford apart from other dealerships, like the no-hassle, no-pressure environment when you go car shopping there. A friendly sales staff makes sure you find the right vehicle for you, but above all else, Jack Keane Ford provides high-quality service, and that's what makes them one of the best dealerships in the country. So stop by today at 3405 Lexington Road or call 859-873-6666. Jack Keane Ford, where service isn't just lip service, it's practiced every day. And They have been selected by the Herald Leader readers as the #1 domestic car dealership in Central Kentucky.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Also by J&B Marathon Cafe. A day is best started with a full stomach and a good breakfast. That's the best meal of the day. J&B Marathon can help with that. They offer the best breakfast in town, from biscuits and gravy to BLTs, served 7 days a week by the friendly staff. So get your day started in the right direction and come over to J&B Food Mart.
Now they put Acevedo wide here, Darren. We're going to see on this 4th down. Yep.
Hamilton rolls that way,
Wow.
throws, it's knocked down in the air, caught by Hamilton, and then he is just blasted.
No, that's a
It's
fair
incomplete.
play.
Yeah, that's a fair play. It was tipped in the air. He caught it back, and I believe, yep, that's
It's going to go
Dumas.
down.
That's the little brother. They go 6'5", 305.
Yeah. Now, that's a fair play if he's going up for the football.
And he got blasted.
You don't see that very often
No.
anymore in today's game.
Ball was tipped up in the air, came right back to Hamilton. And he's going over to the sidelines. And I've been hit like that before on the football field. And you're asking your coach or whoever's close by, anybody get the license plate of that truck?
Somebody answer the phone
Yeah.
because my bell is ringing.
Anybody hear the birdies?
Yeah.
It's just, oh, my goodness. Now, give Hamilton credit. He got up, but he got up slowly.
It's a heck of a hit.
Yeah, minute 48, one timeout left for Woodford County. They are now 95 yards away from making this a 2-score game.
Yeah.
Before the break. 2 4th down stops and a 2-point conversion stop by the Jackets.
You know, give Oldham County a little bit of credit there for doing what they did. That was a gutsy call on 4th down.
Yep, they rolled it. Acevedo was blanketed over there on the far side. I believe that was Wertzler, the cornerback, that had Acevedo. But the Jackets have it 1st and 10 now from their own 5. The last drive, they went 99 yards. Wertzler back to throw on the wheel route.
Wow.
To Taylor, he's got it, breaks the tackle to 30 and steps out of bounds.
Wow, that was a rope. That was a heck of a throw under pressure in the back of the end zone.
Well, I
My
tell you
goodness.
what, Wertzler, we saw the young man from Du Bois grow up after an injury to their quarterback.
Yeah.
We're seeing Wertzler grow up right before our eyes in this game.
He threw it right in the face of two Dragons there, and it was a heck of a throw.
Gain of 30 to Taylor, and the Jackets, just like that, get out from the shadow of their own goalpost.
Wow, that's twice they've had to pull out of there. Now, before they were able to do it on the ground, but this time, one pass. They really
Wertzler
needed it.
back to throw, has time, down the seam. He goes here to Starks, overthrows him.
Boy, Wertzler finding some confidence there with that football. That ball was also kind of on a line there.
A little bit more air under it. That might be 6 because Starks ran right past Anthony Dixon.
And that time Wertzler anticipated his throw perfectly. He saw his man coming free. He threw it before he was open. Sometimes people will say that he threw him open.
Yeah. Well, that time he threw, like you said, threw him as he came open.
Right.
And he threw it to where only his guy could catch it, but he needed to just put a little more air into that and let Starks run under it. 2nd and 10. They give it off to Taylor, running wide, cuts it up. He has a big gap, 40. He needs one block. He gets it, and he's run out of bounds.
Boy,
Hash was trying to get the block, and Taylor just a little bit impatient.
well,
If he lets Sam get there and make contact, I think he scores that one.
he may have. He also had to cut inside off of that block if he wanted it, but I think he was really trying to outrun the player there. Goodness gracious, he can explode.
That's a gain of 30
That's
for
back to
Taylor.
back.
35 and 30. 3 plays you get out from the shadow of your own goalpost. A minute 26 to play. Still a lot of time left. Wertzler, shotgun, back to throw. He has Taylor in the middle of the field, and he just rushed it.
I don't know if did he rush that or the ball
Yes.
got hit at the line?
I think he rushed it a little bit too. Didn't know if anybody got a hand on it. Could you tell right now? Nope. Can't tell. Nope.
The ball came out a little wobbly,
Yeah.
so I didn't know.
Don't know if it came out that way or if it got tipped, but if he hits Taylor, that's 6 because nobody, when he gets
Once he's gone, he's
once
gone.
he gets in some
yeah.
daylight, forget it.
You're right. He just saw that and yipped it a little bit.
2nd and 10. A minute 23 to play in the first half. Wertzler back to throw. Rolls left. Keeps coming.
He's going to tuck it.
Inside the 35, and he's run out of bounds. And another good block. We haven't talked about Hellig very much this year, but guess what? Miles got a great block to get him around the corner.
Now, Hellig's had three catches tonight? Two catches
Two
tonight?
catches that we know of that I can remember offhand. One of them was a great catch on a third down and long play.
Yeah. And he's done a great job. That's, again, man, you step up when you get your shot.
Well, South Oldham having trouble dealing with Woodford County's speed.
And that's been the story for a lot of games and a lot of teams this year.
Yep. Even Warren had trouble dealing with Woodford speed. They give it off to Dumas, running left. He gets a block, gets around the corner. Nope, that's Preston. Inside the 10 to about the 8, and guess who again with a nice block?
Yeah. Out there on the edge, and the offensive lineman did a good job of not over-blocking there. The temptation to drive somebody into the ground is great for an offensive lineman, but instead of maintaining that block, the defensive player got turned, he pulled back, and then kept it from a block in the back and a costly penalty.
South Oldham going to call timeout. Their coaching staff not happy. Woodford County, very rarely you find high school teams, Andy, that can take one drive 90-plus yards in a game. Woodford right now is in a position to make another touchdown drive of 90-plus yards for the second time in one game.
Yeah, that's impressive. And this Wertzler, this young man, has really just sort of found his confidence with his arm.
I will say that, but also I'll say Coach Matt Pelisasas, the offensive coordinator for the Jackets, has an outstanding game plan in place, and let's give credit to where credit's due. The offense is executing it almost to perfection.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. You know, we saw 2 hiccups early, and after that, Woodford County
they've settled down.
So, and South Oldham does not have an answer for Woodford County's speed. They're going to look forward to this break about as much as I'm looking forward to fall break next week.
Well, I'm really looking forward to fall break next week. Even though I don't work in the school system, I'm taking vacay.
There you go.
The early part of next week. Fly out tomorrow morning.
Enjoy up there.
I do. I'm headed to Maine, Kelly and I, so looking forward to it.
It's your word, Kentucky, stay out of Maine.
First and goal, Woodford County from the South Oldham 9. 1 minute, 8 seconds to play. Jackets have one timeout. Boy, would Dennis give anything to have that second timeout back, huh? Give it off to Dumas, running. Oh, that's Preston. He'll go in. Nice job of setting up the block of his center, Xavier Hill, who pulled.
That was a wonderful, patient run, was that, by Davion Preston. My goodness. Just to sort of let it happen and then go. Let it happen and go. Let your offensive line do what they're supposed to do in an absolute nightmare scenario for the South Oldham Dragons.
Yeah.
After looking like they had an opportunity to score, they were kind of in a punt, the equivalency of a punt down there inside, and then another 90-plus yard drive by Woodford County.
95 yards. Ford's kick is up, and the kick is good. Do you think, Andy, I read an article on Facebook from KSR saying the Jackets look different than they did the last 2 years.
How's that?
Well, I assume they're not racking up the points. And they lost one game in 2 regular seasons. However, I'm assuming they're talking about they're not as physical running the football and potent and explosive as they have been on offense. Well, I think 2 95-plus yard drives on back-to-back drives says otherwise. That's 154 yards, folks, of total offense on 2 drives.
Wow.
Jackets are going to be close to about 270 yards of total offense or more here in the first half.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
That's very impressive. 20-6, Woodford County leads with 1:03 to play. If you're South Oldham, I think you got to run the football here and not take any chances and give Woodford County a chance with any time left on the clock. Woodford will squib it. Takes a big hop and down at the 32-yard line.
The smart play by that young man to not try and run it. Just possess the football and give your offense their opportunity.
I'll tell you what, too, though, if he doesn't make that play cleanly, there was Dorian Tomlin staring him right dead in the eyeballs when he looked up. That's Max Madsen. a 6-foot, 175-pound junior, number 5 for South Oldham, who made the play. Well, that took a nice little hop a little bit later than you do normally when you squib it. It'll be 1st and 10 South Oldham from their 32-yard line, trailing 20-6 with 1:01 to play. They go more to that double wing back here on the near side. They give it off to Greenwell.
Ball's on the ground.
And he fumbles it, and Woodford County's got it at the South Oldham 34.
Wow. I don't exactly know how he dropped that football because he looked like he had it there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I guess he came up underneath it there and was able to knock it out.
That was Cheney on the recovery for Woodford County, and I'm not sure who got his hand in there to knock it away. Was that Sturgis? Don't know who made the play to knock it free, but Cheney right on the spot to recover it, and Woodford County can make this a 3-score game with 54.9 to play. Boy, this will be huge if Woodford can put 6 on the board here.
You talk about a nightmare if you're South Oldham.
Yes. Well, this line has done a great job of giving Wertzler some time to throw. He's been, I think, only rushed one time, really. That might have been on the wheel route that he made the 30-yard completion to Taylor. Wertzler back to throw. He's going to roll right. He's going to tuck it, get inside the 30 to the 20. He's going to run out of bounds. Heads-up play by Justice Wertzler. Absolutely. He got what he could and then said, okay, I got the first down. We're going to run out of bounds here.
Yep, stopping the clock and preserving a
timeout. It'll be a gain of
13, it looks like.
Yeah, 13. Actually, they give him the 20, so 12.
Okay.
I'll take that. They say 13, but my math's not that. It's bad, but it's not that bad. 45.9. Jackets got a ton of time. The only turnover of the game. Wertzler with Dumas behind him.
We should have a flag here.
We should. Who flinched?
That was the left side. Left tackle, I believe, came up a little early.
Yeah, that would be number 77. That's Bug. Can't remember the young man's first name. I don't want to call him out for something
Jackson?
bad. Well, that was his brother.
No, Garrison.
Carson. Carson Bug. Sophomore. But he's a big one, too. Carson goes 6'5", 245. It'd be 1st and 15 for Woodford County now. Wertzler rolls left, fakes and keeps it and runs out of bounds. He gets maybe a yard.
Yeah, he wants to get this one back as quickly as he can.
But he saved a lot of time there.
He's doing a good job. You know, it would be good to see him step up under the pressure instead of try to break out around it a little bit. I mean, he'd get more time to throw that way. And I think that with the way he's throwing the football. Now, also, you don't want to do something silly either. You don't want to put the ball – you don't want to give the ball back to South Oldham and give them any kind of momentum with a big play.
Yeah, they give him no gain. 2nd down. Actually, it's 14, so it should be 2nd down and 14. Wertzler back to throw. Throws out here in the flat. He has Starks, who gets the first down inside the 10 to maybe the 8.
Well, that clock is going to
It should be stopped. Yeah.
No.
And it's 1st and goal.
Yep.
For Woodford County.
Wertzler's got to be careful with that spike. He's got to get that hand up, spike it. He can't just push it down.
Although I have seen that happen before, and they call it.
Yeah, it's just that you still got to make a throwing action.
So it's 2nd down and goal. 26.9 to play. And they gave him the 7, so it's 2nd and goal from the 7 for Woodford County.
Interesting hanging on to this timeout. 26 seconds. I guess if you get under 20 with 1 left.
Wertzler gives it off to Taylor, trying to get the corner, and he can't do it.
Now they got to call.
Now they got to call timeout. Took a gamble on running the football there.
It's not a bad gamble. You got the whole wide side of the field, and that time the defensive end did a better job of keeping his shoulders square and stringing it out. He's done a great job of coming upfield, but he's coming upfield too early, and that's allowed him to just be run around by Leland Taylor. So that time he did a better job of being a little more patient and pushing out wide.
Well, I will tell you this, too. Let's real quickly give you some other sponsors here. Falling Springs Rec Center is a 72,000 square foot recreation and performing arts center and theater located right here in Woodford County Park, located just outside Community Stadium to our left here. It offers fun for every member of your family, from basketball, swimming, pickleball, and weights. There's even a 300-seat arena theater, as we said, with nice, comfortable chairs. The center even also includes meeting and party rooms. Annual memberships are available, as are 20 visit cards, summer passes. Facilities are also available for birthday parties, baby showers, and other events. Check them out today at vwcparksrec.com for more information.
Woodford County now stretching it out wide left here, Darren.
Third and
Leading the
goal.
whole field.
Wertzler back to throw. Throws out here in the flat, and it's incomplete.
That might be the best case.
Yep, and they're going to go for the field goal. Boy, Woodford moved the football dramatically after the turnover, but we're going to get another field goal. And
let's not poo-poo a field goal. 23
No.
points. It gets that. It kind of throws that imbalance back into the 2-point conversion game. So they get that 23 on the board, and you give yourself a little cushion away from those extra points.
out of the hold of Wertzler, it'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt from Logan Ford. He's 1 of 1 on the season. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
All right.
Woodford County now leads 23-6 with 11.6 to play in the first half. Jackets now up 3 scores. They would have loved to have been up 3 touchdowns, but we'll take the 17 here in the first half of action. Jackets have really done well offensively. Also want to thank all of our great people. Carroll Floor Covering, we mentioned before, looking for the perfect floor covering for your next project, then you need to call the folks at Carroll Floor Covering. Since 1980, Carroll Floor Covering has a small family-owned and operated business in downtown Versailles. Whether it's tile, carpet, laminate, hardwood, LVP, or vinyl, Carroll has it for you in a variety of colors. Contact Carroll today for a free estimate at 859-873-6919. Also want to remind you, we'll tell you about it here in just a moment. 11.6 to play in the first half. Woodford County leads South Oldham 23-6. Ford approaches. He'll squib it over there to the far side. And again, nice play by the young man over there on the far side. That is Davis Larson, number 9. Larson, a junior. Now Woodford County is going to have to get back deep and not let South Oldham get a cheap touchdown here before the end of the half. Hamilton in shotgun. 2 wing backs, and it looks like somebody rocked back out of his stance, and they look like they're going to get the left guard. South Oldham flip-flops their offensive line, at least the guards. That was Troy Fowler, a 6'2", 240-pound senior for the Dragons. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st and 15 now for the Dragons. Hamilton keeps it. Breaks the tackle, gets a first down, runs out of bounds with 5.5 to play in the first half. Woodford County leading 23-6, as you can see on your scoreboard here. Real quickly, Woodford Seal Coat, are you tired of looking at a worn-out driveway, lane, or parking lot? Then call Woodford Seal Coat for a free estimate. Woodford Seal Coat services both commercial and residential customers that need crack filling, hole patching, sealing, and striping. Woodford County blocking below the knees. You see that very rarely on a high school level, even a college level. Trying to protect the players out there. You very rarely ever see that. It moves it to the Woodford County 41 with 5.5 to play. Had a blocking below the knees on the defense, Andy. You very rarely ever see that on the defense.
Yeah, you just don't. I mean, it's kind of a common move. There used to be a problem with leg whipping, but they've removed that by rule, removed that from defensive plays. But my goodness.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the Woodford County 41. Hamilton back to throw. Fakes. Gets outside of Dumas and runs out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock.
The lack of
That's the end of the first half here in Versailles at Community Stadium. District game number 1 for the Jackets. They lead here at the break, 23-6 on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. As you see the Woodford County Band getting ready for their halftime performance here tonight, Mr. Appliance is one of the most trusted and experienced providers of appliance repair in Georgetown, Kentucky, or Central Kentucky for that matter. Since 1996, they've built quite a reputation for themselves by putting customers first and taking pride in doing quality work. Mr. Appliance offers a wide range of residential and commercial services, refrigerator repair, dishwasher repair, washing machine and dryer repair, oven repair, and much, much more. But best of all parts and labor are 100% guaranteed to you, the customer's satisfaction. Call today at 859-657-1741 and discover the Mr. Appliance difference. Also by Ricardo's, a unique Southern dining experience awaits you in historic downtown Versailles for your dining pleasure. Combined with an upbeat atmosphere, then you have that is Ricardo's. Located just outside downtown, Ricardo's features everything from burgers to salads. They also offer entrees like fish and chips and the famous Kentucky Hot Brown, as well as nightly specials. Take your family to Ricardo's tonight at 110 Frankfort Street or call 859-873-3663. And Andy, coming up here on winter time, you want your house weatherized. You want to be able to keep those energy bills down. And you got high energy bills, uncomfortable rooms, or concerns over indoor air quality, then you can call Brian Padgett and the folks over there at Weatherization Plus at 859-214-4446 or stop by 124 Frankfort Street in Versailles to schedule your free in-home consultation. For those of y'all that are as old as I am, and remember, it used to be Woodford Lumber way back in the day. Matter of fact, with homecoming here in a couple of weeks, that's where my class, the class of 83, had built their float every year. So that'll help you there. Where, if you know where the old Woodford Lumber was. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. But Weatherization Plus can help you. Air duct cleaning, crawl space encapsulation, whole house and attic fans, vapor barriers, insulation, and insulation extraction. They will get to the root of your energy problems and leave you feeling confident that you made the right choice by guaranteeing it. No change orders or hidden fees. Their estimate is what you pay. Custom solutions tailored to your home energy problem. They will treat you and your home with respect by leaving it better than when they found it. Weatherization Plus, improving your home's performance. Not too many people can do that. Guarantee that they're going to keep your house looking better than when they found it.
Well, of course.
Not people do that. Can't say enough about Mr. Appliance either. They 100% parts and the labor. They guarantee their work by 100%. How many businesses do that today, Andy?
Not a lot.
Probably count them on one hand, can't you? Andy, been an interesting first half here in Versailles. Woodford County leading South Oldham at the halftime break 23-6. Yeah. And it has been big play after big play for Woodford County. And over the last couple of years, as I mentioned, that article from KSR saying that, not as many explosive plays. a lot of those explosive plays last year and the year before came on some big-time pass plays, but more often than not off the running game from Nason and Stacy and Taylor and Crow and all those guys, the wingbacks and things like that.
Yeah.
So, you have that happen. And now you got Justice Wertzler, who is just as good a running back as Nason. He started tonight. He's still been in the game tonight. And the Jackets playing without Mekhi Smith, who I think had a wrap on his right knee, if I was seeing that right. But you can't compliment what this Woodford County offense has done the entire night. Now, the defense had a little shaky start early. Gave up some big plays on the South Oldham drive, but came up with a stop on the 2-point conversion that the Dragons tried. And, I didn't mention this at that time, but we could point back to that very play of stopping a 2-point conversion where South Oldham could have taken the lead 8-7 in that first quarter of play.
Yeah.
As a turning point of momentum in this game.
Yeah, you could. I just don't know.
Put a star by it.
Yeah, you kind of do have to put that moment there because it was an interesting decision. But then, with Woodford County coming back and doing the same thing and missing as well, it sort of leveled things out. At least it felt like it was leveling things out, Darren. And then Woodford, well, let's say South Oldham having a lot of success on the ground, as many teams have this year, taking advantage of that lighter linebacking core and all of that. But then Woodford kind of
bowed their neck.
They bowed their neck, and they played a little bend, don't break. You don't see that too much in high school either,
nope.
where you let teams come down inside the 20-yard line, then you just stop them. And Oldham had a couple of big plays. I mean, it did take some big plays for them to get down that close to the end zone the second time around. And then you were talking about big plays on Woodford County's side, Darren. Here's the thing about those 2 30-yard plays. They didn't look big plays. They looked like well-executed offensive plays. They didn't look like
explosive.
They didn't have to.
Yeah.
When you're throwing a 30, you run for 35 yards. You throw a 35-yard pass like that, and like your receiver catches the football, goes out of bounds like he's supposed to. People sometimes you look at that and you go, "Oh,
why did he run out of bounds?"
Well, just he went out of bounds to preserve.
But that's what
the
average person would ask.
Sure, it's just that the way that play looks, it's not surprising that Woodford County made the play.
Yeah.
It's the way that they have executed tonight. Like I said earlier, outside of 2 bad snaps, they have executed their offense remarkably well.
Yeah, to
And
perfection.
for Wertzler to come out, he threw that pass downfield on a rope under pressure. Just really shows how that young man has grown up in the quarterback position already, and his ability to kind of lead the team down on 2 90-plus yard, 1 99-yard, and 95-yard. Drive. That's remarkable, Darren. That's remarkable for the team to keep their head that long. It's remarkable.
Yeah. I just pulled up my Facebook page, and Tyrone Sparks, folks, if you haven't read, if you're not a member on Facebook and you have a Facebook account, you need to join Tyrone Sparks' Woodford County history page. He's got some great, outstanding pictures, old pictures. He found a picture the other day from 1929.
Wow.
And you have to do that. But he is here tonight. And Tyrone, if you're down there in the far corner of the end zone, close to the field house, I would have loved to have you come up here at halftime and talk about your page and promote it, because I'm telling you what, it is an outstanding page to be a member of. But tonight, Woodford County leading 23-6 here at halftime. I want to also make sure we do this again, too. We're going to tell. I'm always about good things that help different programs and things like that. Well, they're coming up on October the 28th. It's a Saturday. The night after Woodford County will play Ballard here in the final home game of the regular season, or the final game of the regular season here as well at home. At 8:30 in the morning, there will be a Good and Young Spirit 5K. It is sponsored by St. Leo School and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and you will be helping them raise money and supporting those 2 institutions. You can buy tickets by calling Woodford Nutrition. And again, J.J. Victorino is the guy you need to talk to. He is the one spearheading this for St. Leo's and the FCA. And I had his number written down right here. It's easy. It's 859-527-0211. JJ Victorino, that's his number. 859-527-0211. He is also one of the owners, the co-owner. He and his wife own Woodford Nutrition right over there across from the high school on Yellow Jacket Drive, right next door to Circle K. Not hard to find them. As a matter of fact, I went in there today to pick up this flyer from them and get some information from them. And guess what? 7 football players were in there getting drinks right after school. So, they are sponsors. They are really, really promoting Woodford County. They also do a lot of stuff for the girls, for the volleyball team, the soccer teams as well. So let's give them a shout out. Let's help the kids at St. Leo's and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, both great entities to help out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, the final day to register for that is October the 19th. If you see one of those flyers around, they do have a QR code up here, which I'm old school, and I don't know how to work that daggone thing anyway. So
all you need is a camera on your phone.
Yeah.
Just use your phone camera.
And watch me try to figure that out. Looks like a monkey doing a math problem.
No comment.
I want to thank, all our fine sponsors. We can't do this. We had a lot of people stop down too. I had a great day. Kelly and I did manning the booth of the DD Sports Production / Yellow Jacket Sports Network booth at the Twilight Festival last Saturday. Also, I appreciate all the people that came by and saw the other booth that I was not in charge of, but working, the Woodford County Senior Center. We had a great day of that. We had some quilts and some Afghans that were stitched and things by some of our seniors that we raffled off. Had some winners of those things as well, and it's going to help get some people out there. I also want to thank a couple of other fine sponsors, and I cannot forget about these people at all. Dairy Queen, where happy never tasted so good. I'm telling you what, if they are open when I leave here tonight, I'm swinging by there and get me a milkshake. I mean, it's just that kind of thing. Go see them, the one at the head of Huntertown Road and US 60 right there on the left as you're headed towards Lexington, or the original one in Versailles over there on Frankfort Street just down from the high school. Go see those guys. Paul Wright, longtime Woodford County and born, raised here, one of the owners of those establishments. Took me 5 years to track him down to sponsors, but I got him, and I know he's happy to be a part of Woodford County Yellow Jacket Athletics. Also want to thank Cindy Chirac, another longtime Woodford County, a native Woodford County. She is one of the agents for Rector Hayden Realty. Home is the nicest word there is what Rector Hayden goes by. And most of you all know Cindy as Cindy Chirac, but those like me grew up around her and the Lane family. If everybody knows Jesse and JM and Freddie. Oh, and by the way, some guy named Don Lane. I don't know who he is, should say Coach Don Lane. But she is part of that group, and Cindy is a wonderful person. I appreciate her joining us as well this year. If you need a house bought or you're looking for something, a property, go find her. She can help you out or direct you to somebody who might know more in that area you're looking for. Also, Judge Executive and the Fiscal Court for Woodford County, James Kay, working for you, your family, and for Woodford County's future. And I'm surprised we have not seen the Judge Exec up here tonight.
He usually comes up at some point in the third quarter.
He's
sometimes.
usually about this time.
Yeah.
He filters up this way. I have a feeling, though, because he was out of town last week. He missed the Twilight Festival. He's down there shaking hands and kissing babies, even though he's got another 3.5 years in office.
Well, we'll see.
But we'll see. But there's a good look at Justin Wertzler. Justice had an incredible first half, not only throwing the football, but running the football and directing this offense for Woodford County. And you got a little swag to you when you got halftime. You got a little music playing. You're doing a little dancing out there on the field. Just a little loose there.
Yeah, well, it's important because a lot of times when you've got the game on your shoulders like that, you can
make
get
mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, so you can get up there. Coaches are known for doing things in tense situations like telling kids jokes and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and that's why they just keep somebody a little bit loose as long as they're focused.
Well, and
They can do
somebody
this.
asked me of the two Johnson brothers, Dennis, the head coach, or Derek, the defensive line coach, which one has the greatest sense of humor? Dennis's sense of humor is wonderful. But I'm going to tell you right now, Derek's is off the hook. He's hilarious. We had a coaches show out at Versailles Brewing Company. I believe it was last year, and Kelly was out there at the thing, and I looked over every time I got a chance to, and she's just rolling. But Derek's there along with his wife and Dennis's wife and a couple other people, and nobody else was talking. It was just Derek, and he had them rolling. So I think he's got the thing. There's Coach Dennis Johnson, and the head guy. I tell you what, he's got to be proud of the way his team played in that first half.
Absolutely, man. They faced some adversity and really overcame. They did a great job, Darren.
No turnovers. They had a couple of hiccups early on, but I'll give credit here. Xavier Hill and Justice Wertzler, neither one panicked after the initial 2 snaps of the ball game, which didn't go so well.
No, they didn't. But Wertzler made a great play out of one of them. The other one, they didn't have anything to, really have anywhere.
Didn't turn it over, which was
absolutely
good, because that could have been a turnover.
But then they took the ball down and scored, Darren. So
Yep.
I mean, they took care of the football after that and did what they needed to do.
Not a good sign there. As you see the camera there, Garrick Lucas on crutches, and in street clothes as he comes back
he made
out.
a great defensive play, but I think he sacrificed a little bit of his body.
Yeah, I
on
wonder
that,
if he banged that knee and it just kind of a little stiffy.
Yeah, it can
May
hurt.
not be any damage to it. Let's hope that's the case. But sometimes you hit your knee and you'll hit a nerve down there, and it feels like your leg's about ready to fall off.
Yeah.
So let's hope there's nothing seriously wrong with Garrick. So the Jackets looking to move to 4-1 on the season, 1-0 in district play, and they'll be on the road next Friday night in Shelbyville to take on Collins. In a bye week this week.
Well, and the thing that's going to be a challenge for Woodford County next week is the fact that they don't have school.
Yeah, and I had somebody point out to me before tonight's game, Woodford County historically has not been a good fall break performing program.
Oh, is that right? Well, it's a tough time to play for any team, but I did not know that Woodford County in particular had a rough one.
Yeah, we don't necessarily have a losing record, but we don't perform well. Does that make sense? We don't play our best.
Absolutely.
No matter, and I know how Coach Dan Cassidy was. I can't say that Coach Duke Owen, who came from Clemson University to Woodford County to coach for a couple of years, I don't know how he was because we didn't have a fall break back in those days. But I do know Mike Burkich was pretty tough on trying to keep fall break stuff going. Keep teams sharp.
Yeah.
I know Chris Tracy's that way. Stonebreaker was that way. But you got 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and you never know what their mindset is.
Yeah, and mom and dad might take them on a vacation for a couple of days. It's a really tough one now.
Well, not if you played for Coach Joe Carr Sr. You didn't go on vacation.
So probably see a lot less of that. Now, speaking of Mike Burkich, I saw him wandering around down here.
He was down there, and the thing about Coach Burkich, folks, if you don't know Mike grew up in Whitesburg, Kentucky. And he doesn't know when wintertime is. He wears shorts all the time. But he'll have a big parka on up top, but his legs are be exposed.
Yeah. Well, you'll see Coach Burkich's character, and he's one of the best guys out there.
Oh, he is something else, I tell you. I didn't have him in class, but
if you've ever seen him tell a story, I used to have him come in and break down the story of the OK Corral, and he would come in full Wyatt Earp wear.
Yeah.
Carrying pistols and talking about lengths of waistcoats and everything else. He knew the details. And what we'd do is we'd watch a scene from something like Tombstone and watch the shootout at OK Corral, and he'd pick it apart. The kids just loved it.
Well, he goes for a month during the summer out to Montana. He has
Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he says, I said, why do you go all the way out there? He said, well, there's hills and mountains and all this stuff, but I don't have to take a bath for a month. I'm like, okay, Coach.
Ride his mule out. And,
yep. Ellie Mae. But unfortunately, he's got Ellie Mae 2 now, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Ford will kick off. Back deep is looks like Acevedo. He's a lone safety back there. They're going to squib it here to the near side. Takes a big hop and comes down to Davila.
Well, I really like that move on the coaching staff of South Oldham's part. Cover the football. Don't try to do anything magical with it. It's not your job to do that. Your job is to possess the ball and let your offense do their job.
Yeah, Collins is off tonight. Their last game was last week when they gave up 49 in the first half to Scott County, losing 56-28. 56-26. So running clock the whole second half on Collins. They give it to Acevedo on the counter. He breaks the line of scrimmage and gets
now,
8.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Darren. That's the first time we've seen Acevedo between the tackles.
Yep, he's been outside most of the time here in this game tonight.
So that's the first. That's a little adjustment that we're seeing right off the bat from South Oldham is trying to get some speed there and beat the Woodford County linebackers to the hole.
Going to be 2nd down and 2. From the South Oldham 38. Just underway here in the second half. Jackets seeking their first district win of the year in their first game of the year in the district. And I think
We got procedure.
Yeah, that was, and guess what? My pet peeve is that when I used to coach the receivers with Coach Carr and Parks at the middle school, you don't move till the football moves because you're way out wide. You can barely hear the signal sometimes. And that was on Andrew Farr, the wideout for South Oldham. He kind of bobbled.
Yep, that's a frustration.
Yeah. That is a big frustration for a coach when you have a dead ball penalty like that.
Especially after a big offensive play.
Yes.
You want to try to get some momentum. You hate to see something rolling you back like that.
2nd down and 7 now for South Oldham. Same formation, same play. They give it to Nickerson running right. Great job by Allen. I believe that.
Was that Miles Heilig again?
No, I think that's Allen.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Squaring it back in on the edge.
Yeah, that's Reese Allen, 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore.
Well, he did do a great job out there on the edge, breaking that ball back in. Don't have to make the tackle. All you have to do is give your flow enough time to catch up.
He's playing the joker linebacker spot, which is the weak side or the short side of the field. It's 3rd down. He lost a couple of more now.
I'll
It's
tell you
3rd
what,
and 9.
that penalty is really looming large now for South Oldham.
Because it puts them in 3rd and 9, which is 3rd and long, where they don't want to be. Hamilton back to throw. Delayed blitz from Sturgis, who he drills Hamilton, but he hits Farr, and Farr gets down to the 25. But Hamilton took that one right in the breadbasket and got up very slowly.
I'll tell you what, that was a gutsy play by Hamilton to go ahead and complete that throw because he got all of his arm into it, kind of threw off his back foot a little bit, and just drilled his receiver. Caught a cornerback or a safety coming up a little bit too far and not staying with his man. Sometimes you get caught watching the backfield there on defense, and you know what happens there, Darren, what we just saw.
Yep. Gain of 43 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Dragons from the Woodford County 25 now. Hamilton gives it off to Greenwell, and he just falls forward. Nobody really got a hold of him. He just kind of looked like he stumbled over one of his linemen's feet.
Yeah, he may well have. That
got a yard.
Pick up the yard.
Nice throw. I mean, Hamilton didn't really get to step into the throw because Sturgis came on a delayed blitz and put his face mask right between the 1 and the 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do, and keep the quarterback guessing. You don't want he might hit that pass this time. Let's see what happens
but
next
But he's looking next time for somebody to be coming. 2nd down and 9 for the Dragons from the Woodford County 24 on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Greenwell, they pitch back. Acevedo got missed by Peters, but his teammates there to clean it up.
Yeah, Wyatt Peters had him, but that's one of the lessons that you learn out there on the edge, is to break down and make the tackle. It's a really hard one because you see that wide open, and I remember the first time a quarterback dip stepped me running free on a blitz, and I think that my coach ran that back over and over and over again. and just said, you stop playing fundamental football, this is what happens.
Acevedo has got to be breathing a sigh of relief because Peters had him zeroed in dead to rights.
He did. You just got to break down. That's all.
Loss of 2, though. It's 3rd and 11.
And if Peters hadn't been there, though, that would have been a big play.
Yeah. 3rd and 11. 2 receivers to either side. Now they move the wing backs from right to left. Greenwell, the fullback. Peters. Hamilton in trouble, and he's sacked by Allen.
This time, Allen did a great job of running him down. Reese Allen off the edge. My goodness, he just kind of came in there like he was shot out of a cannon.
They call that bullets with the outside linebacker blitz.
That's what it looked like.
And Allen had Hamilton, who was looking left, and had no clue that Allen was coming unblocked.
Man, I don't like it when they do that tackle up around them. I know that they are been trained to go higher than what I was, but I don't like it when they jump and wrap around like that.
So it's 4th and about 19. They say 17 on the board. South Oldham's taking 5 minutes off the clock. It's 4th and 17. If you're Woodford, you got to know where the sticks are. Hamilton rolling right. Starks is after him. He has Acevedo behind him, incomplete.
And he wouldn't have had the first down.
No,
anyway.
He was well short of it if Woodford County comes up to make the tackle.
I'll tell you what, man, you hear the hoof beats on that one coming down on you, and I don't blame him for throwing it short. He wanted to get rid of that football. Like we said earlier, you take one shot like that, and every footstep sounds like a thundering herd.
6:40 left, a 5-minute, 20-second drive for South Oldham, and they come up short. Uh-oh. We have the other Derek Johnson up here, and he came up here to tell us something. Now he forgot. That's what happens when you get old. First time I've ever seen him speechless. 1st and 10, Woodford County. Dumas. That's not where he's best at. He's going to get back maybe to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he didn't do great. He does not do well when he has to go horizontally. What he likes to do is go upfield. But interestingly enough, Darren, that even though he sort of got caught flat, he made up the yards he was going to lose as soon as he put his foot down in the field.
Well, at 240, you better wrap him because if you don't, he's going to fall forward. He got back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Boy, if Woodford can stick this thing in the end zone, makes it really tough on South.
It really does.
Wertzler gives it off to Crow, double skins it, gets up to the 34. It's only a gain of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
Well, this is a tough spot. A tough spot for Woodford County to be. I'm sure that they would rather run the ball and keep the clock going at this point.
Yep.
Darren, but they're going to. Looks like they're probably in a running situation here.
Yeah, now you do clock management right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
nothing fancy, nothing crazy.
Like they might be in a passing situation.
Possibly.
They could. This is also where Coach likes to run that double reverse that you were talking about.
Yep, 3rd and or that halfback pass that went for a touchdown last week.
Yeah, that's a
against
tough
Pulaski
spot.
County. Dumas moves to the right. They give it off to Taylor. Nope, fake it. Wertzler. Oh, man, Joyner looked like he wanted to go down the field and then decided not to. Once Wertzler made the wave with the left hand, Joyner was getting ready to cut it upfield and go deep. To me, that is a better play to throw it down the field that way instead of almost what happened there.
Wyatt Crow had the first down on that and a much easier pass a little bit further down the field. But, man, that hitch gives the defense all the time they need to react and get to the football.
Nobody back deep, and now they go back deep. And uncovered out there at the far side. Now South Oldham would call a timeout because there's confusion galore.
Yeah, that's Woodford doesn't punt a whole lot, Darren. And you don't have a lot of film on a punt, then what are you going to do?
Yeah. They're going to look like they're going to send who back deep? So it's timeout South Oldham. They're down to 2 timeouts now. I keep forgetting I got the timeout thing on here now. There we go. I keep forgetting. I'm having to produce and do a play-by-play. I don't know how Matt Calvert did this. He used to call the game, write the play-by-play down, and take pictures.
Yep.
All from the press box. Yes, that's what a talented gentleman, and he is a member of the Woodford County Public Schools Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Ford to punt for the first time tonight. Low snap. He picks it up. Nobody there. Now he gets it off. Good punt.
Boy, just
Hits at the 38. Takes a big Woodford County bounce.
gave his guys enough time to get down there
Yep.
to the coverage with that little hesitation.
And down to the 22. 44-yard punt and almost disastrous after a bad snap
Yeah.
from his twin brother.
And he did a great job of taking that ball in, moving to the
Yeah.
right, and then giving his run back team, or excuse me, giving his coverage team enough time to get downfield. And then he kicked the heck out of the ball straight up in the air and gave him even more time. So there was no possible run back on that.
Now, if you ask him, it was a picture-perfect spiral that turned over in midair, and it wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. Tight end from left to right now. Wing back to that side. They give it off to Greenwell. They'll come up over the 25, still moving, gets up close to the 30-yard line. It was stopped at about the 39. It'll be a gain of 5. Give him the 38. Gain of 5. Second down and 5.
Once again, Woodford County giving up something on first down, maybe 4 yards, 2nd and 4 here. But, man, last time they were bailed out by a false start.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to happen here.
Quarterback sneak by Hamilton. And he got maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and a long 2.
Now, this is where Woodford County has been burned downfield
Nope,
a
give him
couple of
1.
times.
3rd and 1.
But I don't think South Oldham is going to try to go downfield this time. I think they're going to try to.
Got nothing fancy here, I don't think, from the Dragons. Under 4 minutes to play in the third. Hamilton gives off to Greenwell. First down up over the 35 to about the 37.
Greenwell did a great job getting behind his big men and just kind of getting the yards he needed.
Yep. Woodford County giving up some yardage rushing the football, but this plays into Woodford County's hands. Up 17, and you're already at the 3-minute, 49-second mark. The clock should be rolling.
That was the first down. Now there he goes.
They stop the clock after the first down, but as immediately as the box is placed where the ball is, the clock starts. It doesn't matter if the chain is ready to go. Hamilton back to throw. Throws long down the sideline. Far.
Nope.
Dropped it.
Boy, that
Jackets got lucky there.
They really did. The
That was-
quarterback spending some time.
Jalen Johnson, a sophomore, got caught watching the ball in the backfield.
Yeah, that's not the first time. It's the second, third, fourth time we've seen that happen. And it was a lazy pass at that. That was an interceptable football. If you're on your spot, you're coming down with that.
Second down and 10 now for South Oldham.
Now, I will say he did a great job on the back end to Jalen Johnson to come ahead and knock the ball away and make sure that ball wasn't
far by far is
well done.
is South Oldham's leading receiver. That's the guy that Hamilton looks for 90% of the time. There's that little screen pass out to Acevedo. They had him, and he gets free, and he gets maybe a yard. Now he spins free again, and Graham Haas says, enough of this mess. I'm just going to turn you and put you to the ground.
Yeah.
Look like he's alligator rolling.
And they're actually going to end up losing yards on that, Darren.
Yeah.
Graham Hodge.
They're going to mark him at the 36. So it'll be 3rd and about 12.
A very long 11.
A very long 11, a short 12. Trips here to the near side, one back to the far side, the short side. They fake it. Hamilton gets inside. He'll get to the 45, and that's all. Woodford swarming.
Woodford did a great job of just keeping up pursuit on that. And I think early on in the season, that's something that we talked about was trying to kind of get there and then watch the play out. That time, Woodford not falling into that trap.
I think it was 51. Yeah, it's Hayden Smith, 6'5", 260, and a sophomore, was there for part of it. The guy who cleaned it up, though, was Davion Sturgis. So it's third down and about 7 now for the Dragons. Oh, it is fourth down. I apologize. 4th and 7. And we have a false start.
Is it a false start or
Nope,
timeout?
timeout. South Oldham.
That's 2 timeouts. That's 1 left in this.
Third quarter still.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure that South Oldham knew it was 4th down.
You didn't. And I
True.
didn't. So we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, Woodford County Public Schools. This is the Woodford County Public Schools High School Game of the Week. Woodford County Public Schools continues to invest in their students by giving them the tools to have a lifetime of success through Portrait of a Learner, which is a set of 5 competencies to help them reach that success. These competencies are resilient learner. I'm getting made fun of here, folks. Empathy communicator, reflective collaborator, responsible contributor, creative problem solver. Woodford Public Schools believes in the important significance that the Portrait of a Learner will play in the education of its students and is eager to embrace and implement this program as Woodford County Public Schools continues to be a place where kids win. And I got it right.
You did.
I may not get it right the rest of the year, but I got it right once.
You collaborated.
See, young folks, when you stick with it, what happens?
You say the word collaborator right.
4th and 7. 2 receivers here to the near side. A tight end back to the other side. Hamilton will be in trouble. He'll throw out here, and it's too far in front of his receiver, Acevedo. Incomplete.
Acevedo had done what he needed to do to get out there, and there's just too much pressure. Again, we're seeing that big hit. We're seeing all that pressure all night really, really take a toll on South Oldham's quarterback's ability to get the ball down.
Hamilton has been really struggling to find comfort
after that hit
in the park or in between the tackles in the pocket. And I mean, let's give Woodford County credit. They have not pressured as much as they normally do, but they have brought pressure
when they needed to.
When they needed to, and at the right time, the perfect timing of their blitz calls. They go back to the normal formation here with the wideouts in tight, the wingbacks right there with them, but they're in the shotgun. Wertzler throws out to Taylor, makes a guy miss, gets inside the 35, loses the ball, and Hillick got it.
Yeah, I think they're going to give that one to South Oldham. Oh, he's shaking his head.
It's Woodford County ball still.
He said he possessed it on the ground and took it away from him.
He did. Hellig had it, and then the South Oldham guy just ripped it after the whistle had blown.
Yeah. Yeah, they said that he had possession of the football on the ground. You can't take it away from the guy on the ground once they have possession back.
Unless it's a scrum underneath in the
well, then
pile.
You can't see it. But this time our linesman over here saw it.
Gain of 4. Taylor was getting ready to put that ball in the left hand when it was knocked out.
Yeah, that's the first time the ball's going to.
Bad snap again. Wertzler picks it up, throws out to Crow, who makes a man miss.
Goodness.
And he gets the first down inside the 30.
Wow, what a heads-up play by Crow on that and on Wertzler's part. Wertzler go ahead and put the ball on the number, and then Crow getting the job done. The entire South Oldham defense had collapsed on the quarterback at that point and gave Crow all the space that he needed to get the yards there.
Kind of gave a dead leg.
Yeah, that's a great move.
And the official, or the Dragon that was out there, didn't see the number, missed him. Under 50 to play in the third quarter. No score so far in the quarter. This is Woodford County's second possession of the ball game of the second half. But they lead 23-6, and they are in no hurry.
No, not at all. They shouldn't be.
Reston right behind Wertzler. Wertzler back to throw. Sprints out here to the left.
Down, and he puts
lost
the
ball, but I tell you what, we have a
down.
flag, but it's going to be holding on Woodford County. But I tell you what, that is why I hate the official who's the umpire now, called the center official, in the backfield like that. That official, his job is to watch the line play.
Right.
And watch holding there. He never saw Wertzler coming this way, and he got right in the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure a South Oldham player hit the ball. I think it's on the official. I think he knocked it free.
Nope. We got a hold on Woodford.
That's on the official, folks.
And he's part of the field, so
he's
it doesn't
part of the
matter.
field. But the thing I don't like is that having that official in the offensive backfield.
Yeah.
And that's why, right there. Because he gets in more way of an offensive backfield. The head official, he's out of the way. But that guy's, look where he's located.
Yeah.
He's located in between the tackles. Right there inside that tackle on the left side. Give it off. Nope. Hamilton has it. He's not going anywhere. Graham Hodge in the backfield for the tackle of loss. Jackets have spent a lot of time since that opening drive for South Oldham in that dragon backfield. A loss of 1, and we're headed to the fourth quarter. Woodford County still leading 23-6 as we head to quarter number 4.
Well, Darren, at 23-6 in the fourth, had South Oldham not gotten the ball back on that, I would have said, you know what, you're absolutely right. I just watched the playback on that last play, and it did get knocked out by that back judge. He hit the referee right in the arm.
By the umpire.
Yeah,
or umpire. Center official, they call him now.
The center official. He turned, and that center official put both his arms down. He turned, and the ball hit him right in the arm, and that's who knocked the ball out.
And again, he's in the offensive backfield supposedly to protect that official, because we had a lot of umpires, which was the guy right behind the defensive line,
which would be the only place I would want to be an official personally.
Yeah, because where he's setting up now, watch where the white hat sets up. We can't get him from this angle, but Raymond Lightfoot is the white hat. He is way outside the tackle box. They give it off to Greenwell, and he's met by
that was a little
Graham Hodge.
A little bit surprising, Darren, that they're going to run the ball on that. I thought they might try to go back to the air on second down and long. Instead, they're going to end up with a third down and long.
Yeah, and, 3rd and 9 now.
Sort of surprised that
Hodge has played well defensively at the Mike linebacker, but I'll tell you somebody else who's played very well from his thunder position defensively on the defensive end, Aaron Cheney.
Oh, Cheney's done a great job tonight.
He was in on that tackle as well. 3rd and 9 for the Dragons.
Big number 88
here in quarter number 4. Well, I tell you what, this game's motored right along. We're at 9:20.
Yeah. Josiah McKee just came in. They must be trying to. Looks like they may put a little pressure, try to run back past the big man on the outside.
Yeah,
edge.
McKee on one side at 6'5", Starks at 6'4" on the other. Acevedo, they give it. Oh, quarterback draw, and Hamilton just drilled and gets nothing.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yep.
Graham Hodge.
Graham Hodge, did a great job.
Hodge, probably it's actually 4th and 10. They got a loss of a yard.
That time, Hodge just read that all the way, stayed home, and made the tackle. I mean, that's just
4th and 10, and let's see if South Oldham's going to punt it. Yep, they're going to punt it. Acevedo will go back in single safety, now dual safety. Peters will join Taylor. It's going to be a fake. Nope, he's going to rugby style it. Nice kick. Taylor will catch the fair catch at the 20.
That was a great job by Taylor fielding that ball because it was going to flip over the way that it was turned. And I think that, it takes some, even when you do call a fair catch, it takes some guts to stare down a wall of opposite colored jerseys as they come at you.
Well, I will tell you this. There was a guy back in the 70s that played football at the University of Kentucky. They listed him at 5'7", 170 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to a couple of guys that were in that locker room as players for UK. His name was Mike Saganos.
Mm-hmm.
They said he was maybe $150. Never called for a fair catch.
Oh, wow.
Despite Fran Kersey pleading with him to call a fair catch. Justice Wertzler at quarterback. Gives it off. This is Hash. Big hole. Still going. They said he stepped out of bounds at the 38. Boy, Hash was double skinning the football. Had a huge hole, and he looked up, and I think he was shocked. He was expecting to get hit, and he said, wait a minute, I need to pick up the pace a little bit here.
Yeah, Hash never tucked the football on that. He just was going to cover double skinning it all the way.
Yep. Gain of 18. Samuel Garrison and Mendoza opened up a huge hole on this
I
side.
think somebody might have told Hash, do not drop the football. Because
Do
it
you
doesn't
think?
matter. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter because you get the first down. Did they?
The clock stopped because he got knocked out of bounds.
Okay, he did get knocked out. Oh, he stepped out.
That's
right.
They give it off to Taylor. Cuts it back inside.
You can just stand there for a few minutes.
And I tell you what, as good a job as Mendoza made on that first block, he whiffed on this one. He missed the guy. If he makes that block, Taylor's still running.
Well,
he got 3.
You know, it's just, Leland Taylor is just so tough.
Elusive.
Yeah, but he's watching him take these hits. Yes, he's elusive. Yes, he doesn't. Yes, he gives a very small target.
Yes.
But at the same time, when he does take a square hit, he may not go down. He runs through an awful lot.
2nd down and 7. 9:25 and the clock moving. Wertzler back to throw. Pump fakes. In trouble. Cuts it up. Somehow he gets through the crease. And a first down as he slides at the South Oldham 49.
Now, that was a good play to stay in bounds on Wertzler's part. Heads up play.
Keep the clock moving.
Set that. They need to keep the clock moving.
It should be a first down.
That's touching the thing.
First down.
Move the chains.
Yeah.
Get those. There we go.
Well,
box is set. There we go.
Lightfoot was waiting on the umpire to set the ball down.
Yeah.
And it is first down. 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 48. You're Woodford County, you're content to run the ball and chew up the clock. They give it off to Crow.
Boy, Crow is so different a runner in style than is Leland Taylor. When he gets the football, he takes 2 steps and cuts and does not hesitate. He's going to punish somebody going upfield.
Got 3, 2nd and 7 for the Jackets. Learn how to run this. But it's 2nd down and 7, 8.5 to play. The clock moving, and Woodford County in control, 23-6. Haven't scored here in the second half, but their defense has done what they needed to do.
Absolutely, Darren. The defense has come up huge. Turnover.
Wertzler gives it off to Hodge, who gets the first down at the 41.
There's that straight-ahead running we were looking for earlier, and we're so used to seeing Graham Hodge doing a great job of doing his best Preston Stacy imitation.
And I will tell you this, Hash and Hodge both double skinning the football with both arms around the ball.
It tells you that the coaches are in their ears.
And somebody had said, keep the ball secure. Same formation, except we're in the pistol formation with Hodge right behind Wertzler. They fake it, throw out there in the flat to Tomlin. Nice play by the cornerback for South Oldham.
Well, any gain is a good gain for Woodford County right now.
Yeah, that's Anthony Dixon who came up and hit Tomlin at the time.
You got to loosen up those linebackers and give them something else to think about, the defensive ends as well. And don't let the cornerbacks play run the entire time.
Give him 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. At the 39-yard line of South Oldham. 7:04 and the clock on the move for Woodford County. Wertzler back to throw. On the slant, Tomlin has it at the 33. So the 27 inside the 20, 15, 10. He's down inside the 10 to about the 5.
Boy, as much as Coach would love
now
that
Samuel
play.
Garrison is down again. And I think it's at right knee.
You hate to see that.
And that's what he missed the Pulaski County game with. Coach Dennis Johnson out there. Coach Derek Johnson headed out that way too.
You hate to see that, Darren, for so many reasons, but the biggest one being you have a game in hand, and you hate to see a starter go down like that.
Yep. Did not see what happened because it was behind the play. First and goal, Woodford County from the South Oldham 6, leading 23-6 with 6:50 to play. Actually, 6:49 to play. And all eyes are on the center of the field with Samuel Garrison. Garrison, the injured jacket. And he's up on his feet. Carson Bugg and Luke Holt out to help their compadre in the trenches there, Andy. I tell you what, that is.
Just talked to Luke Holt's mother today. She teaches math at the high school, saying that he's loving playing football. So this is only his second year playing.
Yeah.
He's a big kid, got the body for it.
Big ain't word for it.
Yeah.
He is a nice-sized kid, 6'3", 250 pounds, and only a junior.
Yeah, I mean, he loves playing football.
Garrison at least putting some weight on that left knee or that left leg. So that's a good sign. Let's just hope upon hope. Now, I tell you what, you won't find a better kid either than Samuel Garrison.
Yeah. Oh, pull him out.
First and goal, Jackets from the 6 of South Oldham, leading 23-6. Kyle Woodside now in at left guard as they move Cowing over from left side to right side now. Wertzler, high snap, fakes it, goes around the left side, cuts it in at the 5, gets to the 4. Second and goal.
Yeah, I think Wertzler really wanted that one. You could just see it you can see it in the way he's getting up. Somebody just got his ankle.
Yep. Second and goal. Clock continues to move. Jackets 6 minutes and 10 seconds away from making this their 4th win in 5 tries. Another timeout. Is it from Woodford County? It is. Timeout, Woodford County.
It's an interesting timeout, Darren. I guess you got to kind of take a breath, get your offense in order.
So Jackets down to 2 timeouts with 6 minutes exactly to play in the ball game. Whether you have a specific vehicle in mind, want a little help finding a great vehicle to suit your family needs, or just toying with the idea of trading in your current one, then contact Woodford Car Company. At Woodford Car Company, they want to make the car buying experience as painless as possible, simple and fun. Stop in today at 404 Lexington Road, Suite 101, or call 859-413-4218 and let our seasoned sales staff help you with your shopping needs. That's Woodford Car Company. Tony Spears is the owner. I've known Tony a long, long time, and he'll help you out as well. A lot of great things going on in Woodford County as far as business. Glad all the businesses we have are where they're at. Second and goal from the 5 for Woodford County. Tomlin in motion. They give it off to Tomlin, running around the left corner, and he'll dance into the end zone. Touchdown, Woodford County. And a great block to get him around the corner from Cooper Ford. Had to wait to see the number. Cooper Ford, the twin brother of Logan Ford. And now it's 29-3, Woodford County with 5:55 to play, and Ford on for the extra point. Snap's good, the hole's good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 20 of 22 on the season is Cooper Ford tonight this year. And he's 2 of 2 on field goals.
Yeah, that's a big weapon in high school. You know, the ability to kick a field goal in high school is not a given, and having somebody that can put it through consistently, really, no matter where from. You know, if they can put it through consistently from the 35 and kick a 45-yard field goal, great.
Yeah.
If they can kick it from the 20-yard, if they can kick it consistently from the 15-yard
Yeah.
line, great. It's that consistency you just generally don't have a whole lot of in high school, and it's really kind of cool to see that part of the game developed in Woodford County so well.
Right. Woodford County leads now 30-6 with 5:55 to play in this one. And I thought Woodford could win this game. I thought they might be the favorite in this game. But the way they've won this thing
really just
is right now, to me, a big
it's a
positive
for sure.
figure,
Yeah,
picture, because they have done some things tonight that we haven't seen them do in the first 4 games. They squib it, takes a huge hop at the 30, and Greenwell gets on it at the 25.
Again, possessing the football over looking for stats.
Yep. Now, Woodford County, people say, well, what do you mean, they've done things tonight that you haven't seen all year? Well, we saw a great game out of them against Warren out of Downey, California. We saw them do some great things and score 40 points on one of the best teams in California at all levels. But that being said, there were some things that didn't go very well that night. Tonight, Woodford County has played error-free football.
They really have. I mean, a couple of little glitches here and there with some snaps and some technical stuff, but not a whole lot of mistakes. I mean, there was a turnover, but the one fumble just recently here was the referee knocking the ball out.
Yeah, being in the way.
Being smacking the way. And then one other fumble. So
that was a quick slant there to Acevedo. It was incomplete. In coverage was the free safety, Zion Brown, another very talented sophomore.
My goodness.
And, yes, he is a Brown in that Brown lineage that has been Woodford County football.
Talked to Coach Brown before the game.
Yep, Matt Brown, his dad. Doesn't seem like Matt should have a son that's a sophomore in high school. Means I'm old. I give it off to Greenwell. He gets maybe a yard. I'm kind of surprised. Greenwell has been the fullback all night long. The guy that I heard that was carrying quite a bit of the load was a guy that was the same way, about the same build, and that was Luke Hatcher. We have not seen Hatcher in the ballgame at all tonight. Give a couple of yards to Greenwell. 3rd down and 8. Hamilton in shotgun formation. He's going to roll to the right. Joshawn Howard after him. He's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked.
Wow.
Boy, I tell you what, Howard plays a defensive end, and guess what? He came from this side,
he ran
the right side, and chased Hamilton down at the 20.
That's a long run.
That's a loss of 7.
That's where that kind of run, this point in the game, is where all that conditioning comes in. Your ability to chase the quarterback down like that. That's sure, you might have the speed, but do you have the stamina to do that in the 4th quarter with just 4 minutes left to go? And he absolutely did.
Yep, 4th and 14. Acevedo will be in punt formation as Hamilton comes out here to the left side. We know we're going to rugby punt it here. Comes to the left. Kicks it. It's going to hit at the Woodford County 48. Taylor's going to catch it at the 44 and get back to the 45. Boy, that was dangerous.
It was, but getting the ball back and did a good job hanging on to it.
Because there was a guy right there, Davila was staring him right in the face. It'll be 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 45. 4:10 to play in the ball game. Woodford County in action next Friday night from Shelbyville. They take on Martha Lane Collins. 4 and 2 on the year, and on a bye week this week. Give it off to, nope, they pass it out here. Oh, Crow tried to run before he had it.
That's very uncharacteristic of Mr. Crow. I think normally he's a very sure-handed young man.
We have Luke Holt and Carson Bugg in on the tackles. Holt, 61 in gray, here on the right side. Carson Bugg on the left. Have some new guys in. Cowing. Woodside now moves over to center. I can't see who the left guard is now for Woodford County. Give it off to Dumas. Oof. Good night.
My goodness, would not want to tackle him.
You want to talk about finishing off a run. That's what you call finishing it.
Like they're going to only give him about.
They gave him 8.
8 on that.
3rd and 2. Trying to pick up that other number on that left side, the left guard. Can you see who that is? That's Woodside over there still. The center looks like to be 64. That is. That's Dumas again. Did he get the first down?
I don't think so. I don't think he got
Let's
much
see.
at all. He got horizontal.
The 64, that's Caleb Cottle, a 5'8", 215-pound sophomore. And now Lemmy Coons is in at quarterback for Woodford County. Coons on the year, 10 of 19 on passes for 200-some yards and 3 touchdowns. It's 4th and 2. Coons going to watch the clock run under 3 minutes. Trying to draw them off sides. And I think Dennis is going to take the delay of game pin. Now he's going to call timeout. 2:39 to play in the ball game. Woodford County will move to 4-1 on the year. South Oldham will drop to 5-2. And if I'm not mistaken, I think South Oldham is off next week.
After this game, I'd want to be off. Man, South Oldham
has been a very physical game.
And their quarterback is going to need a couple ice baths.
Oh, and by the way, South Oldham gets Scott County next week in Crestwood.
Yeah.
So that will be an interesting game for us to keep track of next Friday night.
Yeah.
Because if Woodford can get through Collins and Scott County can get through South Oldham, that sets up a huge game here on Friday, October the 13th, as Logan Ford into punt. It's this one. It'll come down at the South Oldham 25 and then check up and move left and die at the South Oldham 27-yard line. Only a 20-yard punt, but that's not what Logan was trying to do. He was just keeping the ball away from the return man.
Yeah. Don't let a big play happen.
So if Woodford can win next week, the Cardinals go to Crestwood and beat South Oldham. That sets up a huge game here, not only on Friday the 13th, but homecoming for the Jackets. 2.5 to play. Hamilton turns, gives it off to Greenwell. And he continues up. And if you're Woodford defender, you better keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah,
There was a late last minute
well, it's
crackback.
It's part of being in the game at this point. If you're ahead like this, and you've got a lot of guys getting some time who don't normally get time.
But have your eyeballs, your head moving.
Yeah, you got to keep your head up.
2nd down and 4. Hamilton gives it off to Greenwell. Ralowski has him there at the 38. That could be a South Oldham first down.
It is.
Jackets only get one score in the second half, but they didn't need it. Didn't need any more. Their offense did what they had to do. Their defense played incredible tonight.
I'd say this is easily the best defensive game Woodford County.
I will say so.
Year.
Outside of that first drive that South Oldham had,
Yeah.
the Dragons have not done much.
Yeah, they really shut the run down, which is something they've struggled with all year.
Hamilton gives it off. This is Greenwell, still on his feet, fighting for yardage.
Ball's
The ball
out.
comes loose, and Woodford County's got it.
I think they
Zion Brown with the fumble recovery. Do we have a flag on the play?
I don't see a flag, but did they blow it dead is the question.
Wait a minute.
They may have blown it dead.
Well, I don't know what the center official's talking about. There was no forward momentum stopped. He bounced off and went backwards, then went forward again. The ball came loose.
Yeah, I think Woodford might need to get their defense back on the field, though, because I think that there was a whistle. There's a whistle, you know as well as I do.
My two words I don't like, the inadvertent whistle.
Yeah, they're going to say whistle.
That's terrible. Lightfoot is going to say inadvertent whistle. I heard Raymond Lightfoot from here. The two words that Woodford County fans absolutely hate.
I heard the whistle blow, and that's what I was afraid of.
Well, if that was that center official, again, he's been involved in 2 plays here late. Now, that's not going to matter in this game, but it could matter down the road.
Here's the thing. You got your second-team defense in there.
Who got a turnover.
They got a turnover, and head coaches, they need their defense back out. Guys going to get their heads up. Timeout.
Now, Woodford's got to call timeout.
Yeah. The guys don't know what's going on. They're just paying attention to the football game.
Well, and I can't blame the second team or the reserves, I should say, because we have some probably third stringers in here right now too. But the thing is, you got the football back as younger guys that haven't seen a lot of playing time. So you're over here celebrating, and then you get the word. And I explained this to you a couple of weeks ago in the Pulaski County game. I can remember back in 1984. Actually, it was the fall of 83. Woodford County on the road in the playoffs at Franklin Simpson. Lose on an inadvertent whistle after a 75-yard touchdown run by quarterback Matt Wallace. Yeah. Called it back, and Dan Cassidy, those that knew Dan Cassidy knew how kind of level-headed he was and calm and cool. I thought he was going to blow a gasket.
It's frustrating.
Very frustrating as a coach.
It's not a mistake by a player. It's nothing.
No.
Nothing anybody did.
1st and 10 from the 38. Hamilton back to throw. Steps into it, looking for far, and it's too far over his head. 2nd down. And we have a flag.
Probably a hold.
I don't know if it's going to be a hold or a personal foul. It's coming after the play. Now, why is Raymond Lightfoot talking to Starks? He's going to. Let's see what we got. Allen's coming out. I didn't see it.
I didn't either. I've moved. We had a cameraman there for a while, and unfortunately we lost him for a bit, so I'm trying to do that. So I did not see that.
Well, here's the thing, we talked about how good Woodford played tonight, and you got some guys in that haven't been a lot on the field this year. They're in there right now, but still, I didn't see that. Nickerson in motion. Hickerson runs around the corner. There's a blocking below the waist by a lineman on Josiah McKee. That was Hickerson that got down to the 40-yard line of making it 41. Give him 6. It'll be 2nd down at 4.
Woodford County needs to bow up a little bit here and play their game.
Hamilton back to throw. We're going to get a hold. And then nice job. And are they going to call pass interference? Are you serious?
Oh, well. Okay.
Are you serious? You've got to be kidding me. That was a nice job by Peters. And if they call pass interference on Woodford County, it's going to be a hold on South Oldham. Holding on South Oldham. and they're calling pass interference. You got to be kidding me. I have seen more hand-to-hand combat when ball's in the air like that they've let go.
I didn't see any on that. I thought he went up for it. So what you teach your kids to do is climb the ladder and go up after
I don't get it. So we're going to replay the down. Second down. 21 seconds to play. Hamilton double pumps, throws, caught by Acevedo.
Well, they're trying to get some respect points here, and looks like they've got some starters coming back onto the football field, including Wurtzler, and it looks like our starting linebacking crew has come back out. And
Dennis wants to keep him out of the end zone.
Starting defensive line has come back out.
Dennis wants to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah.
This is a pride thing now. 1st and 10 from the 12. Hamilton up in the middle, and he goes down. And now another 2 flags, 3 flags.
Hopefully that's not a targeting, because that could mean sitting. I think that our referee here is a little upset about something. He seems to be taking it out by taking his flag out.
Yeah. I think it's on Reese Allen. Now let's see what they got. Now, I understand protecting the quarterbacks and protecting the kids, right?
Yeah.
Now, Hamilton started to slide. Allen had already started the tackling motion.
Personal foul, targeting against Woodford County. That means that 29's got to come out of the game.
Is that Dumas?
Yep.
Thought it was Allen that did that. We're getting Woodside and Cobble back in for the Jackets.
You hate to see that.
Well,
no time left.
And the thing is, again, the quarterback's giving himself up, but whoever the Woodford player was, he had already committed to make the tackle. So, I mean, you got to err on the side of caution. You call it a personal foul, you don't call it targeting. Touchdown, Acevedo.
It doesn't matter. They scored.
Yep. But, you know, that's what I'm just saying. You know, you gotta you call it to protect the kid, but you call it a personal foul. You don't call it targeting. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to ask Raymond when I see him next time. What did he see? What did he judge?
I think he's upset.
Could
the
be.
Way he's calling this play.
Well, he is staring a hole through the sideline over here at Woodford County. 30-12, Woodford County. 5.3 seconds to play in the game. 12-yard pass from Hamilton to Acevedo. Dragons will go for 2. Hamilton? Not going to get there, is he?
Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, my. I didn't think he got there.
Yeah, he did.
Thought his knee went down before the ball got to the plane.
Let's
but
check the
they're gonna give it to
replay.
him.
Oh, never mind.
Can't do it. Wish we could.
That's 5 seconds left there, and I think that's gonna hopefully wrap things up. But we got some people leaving the plow slowly.
30-14, Woodford County will win this one tonight. You know, they're going to put Woodford should put their hands teams out here because I think South Oldham will kick it on the ground.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they might.
Looking here, I see Starks, I see Tomlin, I see Brown, Hillig, Crow, Taylor, Peters, Wurtzler, Ford, Wade. Yeah, they got all their sure-handed people. Starks. Worther to kick off. 5.3 to play. Woodford moves up. Arthur will
Hop.
kick it on the ground, and Starks will fall on at the 45. I tell you what, see what Woodford's front line did there? They lined up at about the 43, and as Arthur approached the ball, they moved up.
They came at it.
Yep, they made a couple of quick giant steps and got up there. So Woodford County will take a knee. Famous, and every coach loves
Victory.
this formation, the victory formation for Woodford County. The Jackets will move to 4-1, South Oldham to 5-2. Dragons will have Scott County at home next Friday night. Woodford County will be on the road at Collins. And Coons takes a knee, and that will do it. Woodford County wins 30-14. All they needed was one score in the second half to really ice this one. Yellow Jackets win 30-14.
Now, Darren, with an ugly last 15 seconds, but a really, really solid
program, yep.
defensive performance across the board. The offense did what they needed to do, and we really saw Justice Wertzler come alive to this game. He really came into his own, throwing the ball downfield, and really under some duress.
Yeah.
So that young man
made
really
some
grew up an
great
awful lot.
decisions. He threw the ball when he needed to.
Yeah.
Created space when he needed to, held on to it, and got whatever yardage he could. Woodford County comes away with a well-played 30-14 win over South Oldham. Andy, you take some things away from this tonight.
Well, one thing that's concerning is just the fact they're going to be down a man next week against Collins. But the solidness with their execution for the vast majority of the game. Woodford County made big plays look routine, and they made the plays they needed to play when they needed to make them.
Right.
Defensively, what I saw is one of the best games against the run they've played all year. I've wondered often why teams didn't just go ahead and stack, run some power stuff at Woodford County. The option like South Oldham, it worked at times, but not consistently. And I was really impressed with that. The linebacker play tonight was outstanding. So those are some of my takeaways. This team's growing up right before our eyes, Darren,
right.
and it's good to see.
Well, I tell you what, Andy, we will be down maybe Dumas next week. Looks like Garrick Lucas might be day-to-day. He's walking around here on crutches. We still have yet to see. I see down here in the UK healthcare tent, Samuel Garrison still underneath there. Not sure how that's going to go. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Georgetown must be off tomorrow because I've seen Jackson Geiler here and I see Grant Garrison here, both here. But you hope that those two guys can come back next week. If not, I think the Jackets had a really nice mix of line play there from the line, the way they manipulated after the injury to Garrison. And again, I think the big takeaway from this is the job that Justice Wertzler did at quarterback tonight. Did a fantastic job of running the offense in the game plan that the coaching staff put in there for the Jackets tonight, and threw for a bunch of yards.
If I might add to that, his receivers. He showed the receivers tonight stepped up at the absence of one of the favorite targets. Those guys stepped up, and the ball was spread around. If I'm watching this film and I'm another coach, I'm like, wait a minute. I thought they had two guys, maybe three. Don't expect them to have five.
Yeah.
And all five of them made plays tonight.
All five receivers. The running game was solid. And, folks, the thing that sticks out to me was the two-point conversion that South Oldham went for in the first quarter. Instead of trying, I think that changed the game.
Sure.
But the two 90-plus yard drives for Woodford County, one 99-yard drive. And, I mean, when I say 99, it was 99 and
two-thirds.
Two-thirds because the football was almost the nose of the football was almost resting on the goal line. Yep. The Jackets got it out of there, drove it down, went for 6. The very next series, they go 95 yards.
Impressive.
And they got two huge plays. They got a 35-yard pass play and then a 35-yard run.
Yep.
So you get 70 of that 95 on 2 plays.
Yep.
So, I think the offense played well, the defense played well. And when you have that happen, that is the great things that happen.
Those 70 yards were routine big plays. They weren't out of. They didn't have to pull something out to make those happen. They just ran their offense. So that's impressive. All right, Darren.
Somebody asked somebody to go to homecoming just now. Is that
who
what
knows?
I don't know.
Maybe that's what it is. But
I don't know. Who knows? Andy won't be with us next week, but I'll try to find somebody on color next Friday night down in Shelbyville. Final score again from Woodford County. Actually, let me give you the do this here real quick. Again, we want to remind everybody the 5K run coming up on October the 28th at 8:30, and I believe that will be taking place at St. Leo's, if I'm not mistaken. But it will be a good and young spirit 5K. They also have a fun run that includes a 2K for 10-year-old kids and under. If you want to register, you'll be helping out St. Leo School and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Woodford Nutrition, 155 Yellow Jacket Drive in Versailles. JJ Victorino is the contact person there for that. So Woodford County moves to 4-1 on the year. And South Oldham drops to 5-2. Woodford County with an impressive win tonight here at home and gave up a late touchdown there on that one. But, again, if you want to contact JJ Victorino for that 5K run, that good and young spirit 5K, call him at 859-527-0211 or see him at 157 Yellow Jacket Drive. For more information, deadline to register for that 5K run and the 2K fun run is October the 19th. I want to thank all our fine sponsors here on the network. Woodford County Public Schools, our title sponsor, where kids win. UK Sports Medicine, get treatment just like the Wildcats from UK Sports Medicine. Where service just isn't practiced or talked about, and isn't just lip service, Jack Kane Ford. Also by Versailles Brewing Company, proud to say that every ingredient is raised or grown right here in Woodford County. Carroll Floor Covering, all your flooring needs under one roof. Mr. Appliance, expert appliance repair from a friendly company. J&B Marathon Cafe, great food that you just have to talk about. Woodford Car Company, we buy and sell cars the right way. Falling Springs Rec Center, fitness, family, and fun, all in one place. Woodford Seal Coat, helping protect your investment. Judge James K. in the Woodford County Physical Court, working for you, your family, and for Woodford County's future. Cindy Chirac, Rector Hayden Realty. Home is the nicest word there is. Ricardo's Restaurant. It's Southern dining with a twist. And by Dairy Queen, where happy never tasted so good. Final score from Community Stadium in Versailles was Woodford County 30, South Oldham 14. Until next Friday night from Shelbyville. This has been the Woodford County High School Public Schools Game of the Week.